Shake. How many of you guys know what secularism is? I bet loads of these modern people nowadays don't even know what secularism is. And that's the problem, guys. A lot of people don't understand certain terminologies, certain concepts, and certain ideals. Understanding these ideals will allow you to understand what's actually going on in the world. If you guys don't know what secularism just basically means without religion. Without religion or without the idea of God. Now, I mean, you have to think about it. Why that concept? Why? Why without the idea of God? So secularism is basically a society that's built upon without the idea of God. So that means that only human reasoning is being used. So if it's without God, then that means human reasoning is being used in order to determine what is right and what is wrong. You know, that is the idea of secularism. Can secular society survive without religion? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Um, oh yeah, by the way, guys, I'm in a hotel. I'm all the way in Bath tonight. Uh, and yeah, so if you hear any background noises, that's my family. All right. But yeah, guys. So today what we're going to be talking about is can secularism can secular societies survive without religion? And the truth of the matter is that they can't. I'm just letting you know right now that they can't. No secular society can survive without religion. Why? Because it's dependent upon human reasoning. And human reasoning is flawed by nature because of a sinful nature. All right. Our human reasoning is flawed because of a sinful nature. That's the reason why it doesn't work. And if you need evidence for it, I mean, just look at what since the Western world became secular, look what's happened. People don't even know what a woman is these days. What is a woman has become a big topic. Why would something like what is a woman become a big topic? It shouldn't, right? I mean, think about it. It shouldn't. It's something you don't need to go to a university to know what a woman is. Biological realities are very much evident. This is why every society always knew what a woman was. But it's funny that we are living in the most advanced, technologically speaking, um, society, modern society, and we don't even know what a woman is. What does that what does that tell you about human reasoning? Tells you that human reasoning is faulty, guys. And I am having my coffee, by the way. All right. Now, not every religion believes in the concept of original sin. Sorry for that. You know, when you're sipping the tea, I hate when people sip like that. I hate it. So sorry about that. Now, not. I think only Christianity believes in the concept of original sin. Only Christianity believes in that. But it's because of that concept that human reasoning always leads to self-destruction. It does. I mean, look at the Western world for the last what few hundred years. I mean, how did we come to this? How did we come to the point where we don't even know what woman is? You have to think about that. We actually got to the point where we don't even know what a woman is. We you know, we say things like gender is a social construct. That gender is not connected to your biological sex. How can gender not be connected to to your biological sex? There's a reason why a man produces testosterone, and there's a reason why a woman produces estrogen. How can it not be connected to biological sex? It looks as if reality is being worked. Why would reality be worked when it's supposedly self-evident? Who is trying to work reality? Who's trying to do that? And I think that's the powers that be. They're trying to push an agenda. It obviously is an agenda because I am talking about it. The fact that I am talking about it should show you that it is an agenda. This shouldn't even be a main topic. Something that is evidently clear, abundantly clear by just observing. It shouldn't be a main topic. It really shouldn't. It really shouldn't, guys. And that's what I'm trying to say. This I'm in a hotel and the coffee is rubbish. It's absolutely rubbish. This shouldn't be a main topic, guys. This shouldn't be news. But today it is news. Everyone talks about it. The LGBTQ community, the legalization of same-sex marriages, um, same-sex relationships. I got attacked for calling same-sex relationships unnatural. I got attacked on Twitter about that. I don't know why. All I said was natural is a man and a woman because a man and a woman can reproduce, right? They can continue humanity going, but because they have the um, you know the private part, so to speak, the anatomy that allows them to reproduce when they come together. You don't find that with a man and a man and a woman and a woman. So obviously, the practice that allows us to survive, that is natural. Why? Because it allows us to survive, it allows us to continue. And the practice does not allow us to survive. It can't be natural. So why did I come under attack? And what I'm basically saying is that this is what secularism creates. The reason secularism can secular society survive without religion? The reason why secular societies cannot survive without religion, because secular societies are primarily dependent upon human reasoning, how a human feels. And since humans have a sinful nature, it's always going to lead to self-destruction. This is why you need I shouldn't have called it religion. I think I should have called it, can secular society survive without God? Actually, I should have said, can secular society survive without Christianity, really and truly? Because anyone can be religious about anything. You could be a killer and be called, see that killer over there? He's religious about it. Just means he's dedicated. He's he really believes in it. He's really on it. That's what you would, you call someone who's completely dedicated what they believe in. And that level of dedication can be found anywhere. It can be found in a person that truly believes in religion. It can be found in what do you call it? It can be found in a politician. It can be found in a nurse. It can be found in a doctor. Construction worker, someone who truly believes in what they're doing. Yeah, you can find it there. That's a religious person. That's really the definition of religion. Someone that goes for it, someone that really believes in what they did. You know. So I shouldn't have called it that. I should have called it. Okay, what should I have called it? I should have called it without Christianity. I really should have, because even if you call it, okay, can secular society survive without God? Well, there's many different ideas of God. There are people that call trees God. There are people that call themselves God. So which God? What God? What are we talking about here? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So just saying God, it doesn't define anything. It really doesn't. Shout outs to Hassan Edits, my brother. What's going on? Are you joining? Are you joining, bro? What are the signs a secular society is dying? Good question. The signs, I think I've mentioned it. I mentioned it already. The signs, I would say the signs are um same-sex marriages, uh the breakdown of the nuclear family, um uh, the signs is when a society doesn't even reproduce itself enough to replace themselves. I think these are the signs that a society is declining. Now, I do not believe that the society is declining and it will self-destruct, because the society is declining for a reason, for a purpose. It will not self-destruct. It has a purpose behind why it's declining. But any society that declines, these are, if you're looking at signs, when you look at society, the decline of a society, and you're looking for signs, these are the signs that usually should tell you that a society is declining. It is, breaking down, like the Roman Empire, the Greek empires, and so on and so forth. All right, sending you the link right now, my brother. My brother Hassan, always there for me, always ready to debate me, always ready to challenge me. This, come on, man. I love it. I love. If only more Muslim brothers were like this, ready to have that discussion, ready to, to debate a brother, to discuss, to have these discussions. I think we would, there wouldn't be none of these issues, man. You know, we always being respectful to each other. Hold on a second, bro. I'm sending that over to you. Yeah. Um, you know me, bro. When it comes to technology, I'm useless. You know what I mean? Let me know if you can hear anything in the background as well, bro. I'm all the way in Bath right now. By the way, guys, listen. It was Hassan that came out with the idea. Um, it wasn't me. Midnight coffee. It was Hassan. Hassan is the one that came out with the idea. I was just the one that said, you know what? That sounds like a great idea. Let me, you know, let me implement that into the Solution Podcast. In the Solution Podcast, we talk about uncomfortable things, real things, and we interact with our, with our supporters, with the people that believe in it. I don't care how much you hate Christianity, or you hate Islam, or you hate the West, or you hate Hamas, or you hate Israel. At least in this platform, you can have a voice, and you can challenge anyone, as long as we keep it respectful, you know. That's all that matters. As long as we let each other speak respectfully and engage with each other's point, I think we can, achieve great things. We can build a true society built um, on a real foundation when it comes down to freedom of speech. Hold on a second. I'm sending it. I'm sending it, bro. I'm sending it. Just give me a second. Give me a second, bro. My bad, bro. I told you. KD, feel free to join in as well if you want to, bro. Shouts to KD, my bro. Always there, day one. You know, KD is the real deal, man. The original. It's always been there. Like, listen, this is just midnight coffee, man. I'm literally having a coffee right now, and Hassan will tell you. Trust me, I'm true to it. Man. I'm literally just having a coffee. These are just my thoughts. I'm just thinking out loud. Put it that way. You know what I mean? Willing to have a conversation with any of you guys if you have, thoughts about it. I think it's a good thing, personally. You know, I think it's a good thing to have these discussions. Yeah, because I really don't believe that. Now, I do believe that. Look, when it comes to secular societies, the secular societies in the Western world are operating under a different, um, under a different ideology. All right, okay. It's not an innocent ideology by any means. Hassan has joined the stage, my bro.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
How are you? Isn't technology wonderful? I can always connect with my brother, man. You know what I
How you
mean?
been, man? How's things?
I'm old way in Bath. Came here to pick up some religious books. This is the truth, bro. This is the truth. I came here to pick up some religious books. I'll send some pictures over to you, and you'll see what I mean. Um,
Yeah.
Basically, one of my spiritual directors, a
Okay.
priest,
Yeah.
passed away in 2016.
Okay.
So, was it 2016? Just no, what was it? 2018. That's when he passed away. Father John Elliott, and he and his family had some books, and they said if I was, they asked me if I was interested in it.
Yeah.
The Divine Office, saying like real Catholic books. So I said, yeah, I'm coming down. I'll make a day out of it with my family. So I'm here now. The family's sleeping.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just chilling. You know me, bro. I get bored around these times. So
Yeah, man. That's
because we
that's what
were
the midnight coffee's for, man. You don't have to edit it. It's just it doesn't have to be a topic. It doesn't have to be just speak and speak. Because you're gonna be speaking if you have the coffee with you, and might as well record it.
exactly. One thing I have to agree with, like in regards to this topic, bro. One
Yeah.
thing I have to agree with you on.
Yeah.
I remember you saying it on one of the shows, and you said, "Nah, the secular world or the Western world is not gonna die out. It's not gonna do it. It's not
Great,
gonna
great, great. I finally I cracked that fortress of a mind of yours. Finally,
happen."
I got through to you, man.
Yeah, yeah, because it's got a huge military. It's not gonna give up its power, absolutely. But that's because it's working with an agenda. I don't
Hmm.
believe the agenda, like the
Yeah.
signs show that the Western world is self-destructing because of
Okay.
all the degeneracy that we see. But I do, but the reason why it's not going to self-destruct is because it's being done for a reason.
Okay. What's the reason? To promote
It's the
self-destruction?
I'm gonna say it like it is, bro.
Please do.
It is it's to implement a new religion, a new way
Okay.
of a new way of thinking, a new ideology that
Okay.
is very much opposed to Christianity or opposed to the idea of God. So basically the new religion that they're going to introduce,
Yeah.
um Satan will be its God, you know.
In some way or form. Like what Baphomet or whatever he's called.
um Baphomet, Moloch, all these names are just names of demons, are just names of
Okay, so they can change as time goes on.
yeah, yeah, basically. You guys call it in Islam, you call it the Dajjal, right?
Yeah, that's the Antichrist. Yeah, that's the
The
false
and
Messiah.
yeah, even in Islam, you guys
Yeah,
talk about that, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you believe in that? Do you believe in that concept?
What the Antichrist or the engineered agenda?
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Katie just asked me, what did you say you were in Bath? Bro, Bath City, not KD's a joker, you know. KD, Bob City, bro. No, no, I'm not. I'm not that sure. I'm not taking a bath, bro. I'm not taking.
That's commitment if you were. That's real commitment.
Yeah. Yo. Let me ask you a question, Hassan. Yeah.
Go.
Think of this sound. What do you think of this sound? Yeah. Because
Go.
Mohan is working on you know what I told you about
Yeah.
the intro with the coffee.
Yes. Yes.
But what do you think of this sound? Hold on.
Oh,
I'm
no.
I'm I'm heating up the kettle, yeah? Check this out, yeah? Hold on. It's heating up. What do you reckon of this sound?
Sounds good. Sounds good.
No. You start off with that sound,
Yeah.
then you get the
Calf
coffee,
voice.
the calf, people talking,
Calf
and
ambiance.
yeah, the cafe ambience. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
That,
Go for it, man. That's
yeah,
it. That's
yeah.
spot on. That's spot on.
You reckon? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But you guys believe in the concept of the Dajjal, right?
Yes. It's meant to be. So Jesus is the Messiah. That's their belief. They're rejected by the masses, and then the false Messiah comes in and pretends to be the original Messiah, which was Jesus anyway, but misleads the people with trials and error. But it's a particular time near the end of time, so it could be 10 years from now. It could be 10,000 years from now. So it's a trial for a particular people at a particular time.
Okay. Do you guys is that when you guys believe like do you believe that there will be like do you believe that all human race will basically be judged by one entity, or do you believe that Muslims will play a part in bringing about that judgment?
No. So bringing about that judgment. If I've understood your point correctly, are you asking if it's a
because because the Jews believe
yes,
that. They believe
that
that.
what that the false Messiah will give them higher rank than everybody else?
No. The Jews believe that they have to do something
Uh-huh.
to bring about that judgment.
Okay. I'm not too sure. All I know is that it's not. It's set for a particular time, so there's no action that can be taken, as far as I'm aware, to bring it about or to escalate it or to control it in any way. It's a trial from God, set in place for all of
Okay.
humanity, because he presents himself as the Messiah of the Jews, and then he presents himself as God on earth, and then whoever follows
Okay,
follows.
I
Yeah.
see. So, okay, so that's I think that's what you guys mean when you say like fight the Jews type thing. Yeah. I see what you mean.
Not too sure about that. I don't want to. I don't
Oh,
want to
you're
speak.
not an imam.
Yeah. I know my place. I know my place.
We need to get imam in here, man. So you know what I mean. You can clarify people. But
Sure.
what do you reckon of the topic of the concept? Can secular societies
Mhm.
survive without religion? I should have really said,
Yes.
can secular society survive without a certain specific religion like Christianity,
Sure.
Islam, or something
Sure.
like that?
Mhm.
Because what I'm basically talking about is
Yeah.
when we are dealing with human reasoning
Yeah.
alone, that means no God involved,
Yeah.
uh, only human beings deciding what is right and what is wrong. It
Yeah.
usually leads to degeneracy. It
Hmm.
usually leads to self-destruction. This
Uh-huh.
is why you need
Hmm.
God in order to, you see what I'm saying? In order
Yeah.
to make sure that people don't go off the rails.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So what I'm basically saying is, do you think secular society? I mean, look at secular societies today. Look how long it's been secular in the Western world.
Hmm.
Has it produced good things?
Yes.
People don't know. Hold on.
So,
People don't even know what a woman is today.
what is all?
Is that a good thing that people don't even know what a woman is today?
So I just want to pick up on a few points that you made. The first one is degeneracy. So you said secular society leads to degeneracy.
Mhm.
There's one other point that you made as well before that. It's degeneracy and something else.
Self-destruction.
So, okay, self-destruction. One. Okay, self-destruction. and using the West as an example. Okay, so can secular society live without religion or faith? And when you say religion, you would use the example of Christianity. I would use the example of Islam.
Of
But
course. Yeah.
I'm guessing when you talk about religion, you're talking about, should we use the Abrahamic ones as examples because
Yeah.
they're pretty similar, and
Yeah.
they
Bro,
can
but
survive.
we both won. We
Yeah,
both won. I don't know how I can't complete it because you are something else, bro. You always I can't like I would want to see a fully
yeah,
Christian society operating on fully Christian morals and
yeah,
being like, do you know how you have the Sharia law?
yeah. Like
Yeah.
a
I would
Christian, like Saudi, right?
yeah, I would
Yeah,
want that.
yeah,
I would cry the day I see that. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair enough.
Mm.
I would want to see that as well across the world, but I just don't think it would work. Uh,
You're a secular guy. You are a secular guy.
I'm not secular. I'm not secular. But
You're not, but you sometimes, bro. The stuff you say, bro.
fair enough. Fair enough. But I'll be as honest as you can point out the flaws in my thinking.
No, 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 no flaws, no flaws. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to wrestle with it. You're
Yeah,
trying to see whether it's realistic or not. Yeah, but go
yeah.
ahead, bro.
But
Sorry.
I think using those three Abrahamic faiths as examples, I think yes. Not only can a secular society survive, it can thrive. I can't see why it wouldn't. You talk about degeneracy. Oh, and yeah, this is the point I wanted to say. You said we see so much degeneracy, right?
Yeah.
We do we use our, because we have to accept the idea that, let's say, the trans community, the LGBT community, Satanism, that's the Church of Satan, Church of Scientology, whatever it may be, whatever ideologies that are opposed to the Abrahamic faiths, along with schools of thought and practices that are opposed to the Abrahamic faiths, they're in the minority. Well, when you say we see the degeneracy, is it that we're seeing it because it's shown to us, and we are, as religious people, very observant and how can I say, sensitive to those type of issues, that it stands out to us more, or and that they represent the minority, or is the degeneracy overflowing?
I would say okay, when a society no longer accepts
Mm-hmm.
reality,
Mm-hmm.
you would agree that a woman is
Reality,
a human female
human.
that has female genitalia, that has a uterus,
Uh-huh.
has a XX DNA,
Mm-hmm.
and is able to give birth, right? You'd
Uh-huh.
accept that to be
Yeah,
the definition of a female, right?
yeah.
When you see a society no longer accepting reality
Uh-huh.
and going as far as saying that a
Uh-huh.
man can be a woman and a woman can be a man,
Uh-huh.
when you see a society killing
Uh-huh.
themselves to the point where they can't replace themselves
Uh-huh.
because they want to indulge in how they feel rather than accept the reality of the world.
Uh-huh.
When you see that, I mean, what else can I call it apart from degeneracy?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so use the example of a woman where the simple biological objective reality, scientifically proven, male, female, the utility being one part needs the other part to reproduce, and the byproduct being a human being. Uh, that simple idea, or that not even an idea, that simple reality being rejected, being an indication of doom, I don't know. I don't know how many people will make that choice. I don't know how prevalent that would be. I don't know how a person would, because the data shows, from what I hear, for example, two lesbian couples, so lesbian couples have a higher divorce rate than gay couples that have a higher divorce rate. No, okay. Lesbian couples have a higher divorce rate than gay couples. They have a higher divorce rate than heterosexual couples. And it's usually, from what I hear, the data is not available, but from what I've heard, it's the woman who gives birth to the child. So a lesbian couple will be married, they'll have a child, and their divorce rate will skyrocket. because the natural instinct of that woman who has the child would want to have a male or a man or a husband involved in the relationship. Not necessarily the type of man that she desires or one would assume or define as a man, right? Because
Mm,
clearly he's taking care of a child that isn't his, that's been given birth in a relationship, in a gay relationship, and he's there because the biology tells a woman on some level you need to abort this relation. You need this relationship needs to malfunction for your child to survive, so those natural instincts come into place. The reason I don't think that particular example you gave of something as simple as what is a male, what is a female, being a fundamental component of developing the next generation, being such an indication of doom, is because it's the minority. You can promote an idea as much as you can in a society, but doesn't necessarily mean it's going to sprout, and doesn't necessarily mean that the society won't adapt to it. I think the religious morals are guidance to preserve a morally successful society that then goes on to not get judgment in the next life. The biology pretty much takes care of the rest. You can have a secular society that thrives and succeeds, that uses, let's say, immigration as a solution to its population crisis, that uses other factors as a solution to any other crisis they have to hand. With enough foresight, enough research, enough resources, it can survive.
okay, okay. Um, I just want to say, oh, shout outs to the bra OG1. Salute to you, bro. Salute to you. Salute to you. KD, the bra OG1 here. Uh, the bro say, hey man, a protector, man figure like a father or uncle. Okay, yeah, I hear what you're basically says. Sorry, I'm late. Nah, bro, it's all right, man. The bro G1, it's all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are just coffee thoughts, man. This is just me and Hassan. And any one of you guys that want to join in, you know, what I mean? Share your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Let's have these discussions. I see what you're saying, Hassan.
Yeah.
What you're basically saying is like, just because uh, since this is happening to a minority, the likelihood that this is even going to become prevalent or widespread in society,
Mhm.
uh, it's not going to be a big of an issue. And even if it does, there's always going to be a group of people that will be opposed to it. So therefore,
Biologically, no,
bio-
not morally. Yeah,
yeah, biologically, yeah, biologically. So
yeah,
therefore, you know, it will continue, and
it will survive. Yeah,
so not morally, meaning not attached to religion.
yeah.
Then
They reject it for themselves, but they don't
yeah.
reject it for others. For example, if I could give that just one more before you carry on.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
You have Zoroastrianism. You've heard of Zoroastrianism? Zoroastrian?
Yeah, I have. I need to
Yeah,
research more on that. Yeah.
please
Is
do.
it
The,
is it to do with signs and Pisces and all
something.
of
This is ancient Persian faith.
it's
They come
evil,
to.
isn't it? It's evil, it's satanic, isn't it?
I've spoken to a Zoroastrian for quite a while, and
The
speaking
evil
according
the evil people.
from I don't I didn't I wasn't paying that much attention, but to be honest with you, even though he was speaking to me for hours, he kept going into the idea that the Abrahamic faiths come from Zoroastrianism. So
Yeah, yeah,
a part of my mind just shut down. I was like, all right, cool.
yeah. I know loads of these guys, bro. I know.
Yeah, unfortunately, my Abrahamic supremacy just felt in. I don't
Yeah,
want to hear about it. That's bad. That's bad. I apologize, but it's true. I was back in my head. I was like, I don't want to hear.
yeah. Go ahead, bro.
But in their society, it's a part of the religious belief, and I have to send you a link to confirm this. But in some instances, the son would have sex with the mother, and that's a part of the Zoroastrian. Yeah. Now, when the Muslims conquered that region,
Mm,
as far as I'm aware, I don't think they banned it or outlawed it or something like this. Because this is a debate that I heard with Daniel Hakichu. I think you might have heard of him.
mm.
He was saying that that practice was
Hold
kept.
on, bro. Hold on. Give
Yeah,
me 1 second. Give me a second.
yeah.
KD's trying to join in. Katie, it says device is not connected. So try and connect your device, Katie, so that you can join in. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Hassan.
Yeah, so I have to send you the debate, but Daniel was talking was mentioning the fact that uh,
Mm.
that this was a practiced by the Zoroastrians, and that there was some instances where it was allowed to happen because it wasn't perceived that that cultural practice wasn't going to be carried or how can I say, I don't want to say contaminate, but you know what I mean. It wasn't an idea that was going to be a contagion to the rest of society, right?
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So some of these ideas, no matter how degenerate or depraved or destructive they are to the society at a large, they don't spread that far because you have biology, you have the concept of do as thou wilt or whatever it may be. It
Yeah.
stops. It allows the person to self-destruct, but not necessarily the society.
Allows the person. That's an interesting saying that you just said there.
Yeah,
Allows the person to self destruct, but it doesn't necessarily um destroy the society, right?
yeah, yeah,
Okay. My only thing with that, hold on, just sending this message over to him. Um yeah, yeah, my only thing to that is
yeah,
okay, because I look at everything historically, right?
yeah, yeah,
And I look at the what's been happening and how fast things are moving
yeah,
according to history,
yeah,
right? So in the 1960s, we see the legalization of abortion, we see the legalization of the pill, we see the legalization of same-sex marriages, sorry, same-sex relationships, and then after that, same-sex whatever. We are now seeing this being taught in schools. We are now seeing this being enforced and pushed in literally every how do I say this? Every sector of
yeah,
society. You know,
sure,
you can lose your job if you are against LGBTQ people.
yeah,
You can, and so, and then when if for example the birth rate was increasing,
yeah,
and it didn't affect the birth rate at all, I would be saying the exact same thing as you. But unfortunately, this is not what we are getting. We are seeing the
yeah,
destruction of the nuclear family. We are seeing the birth rates decreasing. We are seeing, um, uh, sociologists and scientists saying, well, we're not reproducing enough to even replace ourselves for the next few generations. So when I'm seeing this impact in society at such a fast rate, it
yeah,
first lets me know that there's definitely an agenda. There's definitely something going on. I'm not worried about the reproduction. I'm not worried about the reproduction of people per se, because you can engineer that in many different ways.
yeah,
The powers that be can literally farm people if they really want to. Just make sure that they have women, um, not willing but forced to give birth to the next generation, depending on how many they want to reproduce. Do you see what I'm saying? So the powers that be can control reproduction if they really want to, and I think that's what they're doing. So I'm not worried about reproduction or society continue per se,
mhm,
but what I am worried about is that I am seeing society literally kind of just become degenerate and just dying out, and literally selling their souls for. I mean, how many people these days are willing to say, you know, a woman, because I watch these, I
yeah.
ask people, even people around me, what is a woman? The fact that people can't even answer that
You've
question,
asked people this, and they've okay.
they can't answer. Like,
What do they say?
I wanted to try it personally. You watch something
Yeah,
online and
yeah,
then you think, is this really real?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Do really people think like this? Like, is this
yeah,
that's crazy to me? You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And
What do they say?
And bro, they couldn't answer it.
What? So you ask normal people, what's a
Normal
woman?
people, normal people, even people that I know, they couldn't
Yeah.
answer it. They said, "Well, it depends, in it these days. You know how it is. I know what I think, but but these days, you can see the compromise.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay.
You can see how they're compromising. You
Uh-huh.
can see
Uh-huh.
the shift in mentality, just like it happened when the same-sex legalizations took place. You can see that people now these days just look at it as normal.
Uh-huh. Why
Not
is that a bad thing?
why is that a bad thing?
Uh-huh.
Because if you can convince
Uh-huh.
um people who don't believe in it
Uh-huh.
to be quiet
Uh-huh.
and don't go against it.
Uh-huh.
Do you see what I'm saying? For example, okay, it's not a bad thing in the sense that it affects me because I know
Uh-huh.
who I am, I know what I'm doing.
Uh-huh.
But it is a bad thing when you see the next generation in schools.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna die out, bro.
Uh-huh.
I'm
We all.
Monday, me and you are gonna die.
Uh-huh. Maybe you, but yeah. I'm gonna live forever.
I'm looking at schools and I'm thinking, hold on, you're teaching
Uh-huh.
this to kids. You've
Uh-huh.
this is now this is like part of the curriculum.
But is it upon the state to teach your child morality?
No, no, it's not. Absolutely not. But they making it like it's up to them to teach us morality. And that
No,
is
they're not
and
teaching. They're presenting the idea of gender fluidity.
exactly. But that is morality. They say no, they're not saying, oh, this exists. What they saying is this exists and it's okay.
Okay. Should they say it's not okay? Should they say gender
No,
morality doesn't?
no,
It's a mental disorder. Gender
no.
fluidity is a mental
No.
disorder. Is that what you're saying?
You see, I look at it like this. It's a generations game. All right. Hitler alluded to it. Loads of people have alluded to it. Loads of leaders in the past have alluded to it. I look at it as a generations game. I
Uh-huh.
know how me and Hassan feel.
Uh-huh.
I know what me and Hassan are willing and not willing to accept.
Uh-huh.
Um, the next generation will not be like me and Hassan. And Hassan, you know that because you can look back and see what the previous generation was more like. If I
Uh-huh.
was to ask you, were the previous generation more or Islam orientate in terms of following the religion, or this generation? What would you
Dep-
say?
you mean the globe?
Not the globe, bro. I'm talking about your this guy, bro. I'm talking about UK. UK, as you know, UK, all right?
Uh-huh.
Do you reckon
Oh,
it was
the further back I go, the more religious the society comes. You can even go far back to 1066, or when the Romans were there. You'd see practicing Christian women cover their hair,
that's it?
almost
Yeah,
like they're wearing hijabs, long clothes.
exactly.
There's no social interaction between men and women that much,
Yeah,
really.
exactly.
Lord of the Rings is woke, and all these other shows. Just like you see a woman lifting up a sword that's like what 7-10 kg or something, and the bow and arrow is like, you know how difficult that bow and arrow is. You're not physically, and the horses anyway. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
with you.
and that's what I'm trying to say to you. It's like I don't care that LGBTQ exists or don't exist. I don't
Yeah,
think it has an impact on society, but it does have an impact when the next generation is literally being indoctrinated and told
but
that this
there are ebbs and flows. There are ebbs and flows. A society isn't bound to morality. It's as willing. The society's. Sorry, am I interrupting? Did you want to say
no,
something?
no, 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 you're not. You're not. Go
I feel,
ahead, bro.
I feel
We're
like
just having a conversation, bro.
yeah, yeah. It's just when I'm on the phone and on live, I feel like I'm interrupting, but face to face, I interrupt you guys.
Yeah,
you
no,
know.
no, we're gonna be doing that very soon from from Sunday, not from Sunday, from Monday,
Monday.
Monday.
Oh, okay, fair.
Back on again. Yeah.
You're back in. No worries.
Yeah.
What was I saying? So, yeah, like this is where me and you differ. I think societies can survive whether with religion or without religion. The more faithful, I mean, it depends. How do you interpret survive? That's one thing. Die out, it be eradicated. Because the Roman leadership died because of, from what I hear, the Romans part diminished out of existence because a lot of the leaders used to uh, drink wine from lead containers, because they started
No,
using
no,
lead
they,
to cook.
they used to engage
Yeah,
the very same issues, the
yeah.
very same
But they
problems that.
lasted for 1,000 years, something
No,
like
no, 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 no. Wait.
that. Yeah,
They became. It's like this. Things don't just happen overnight. They
yeah,
take time. All right.
yeah, yeah,
And usually, when things start off, it starts off with a reason, with a purpose,
yeah,
and so on, and people are faithful to it. But
yeah,
eventually, as usual, with
yeah,
human
yeah,
nature eventually becomes more and more corrupt.
yeah,
If you give more and more of a leeway to it.
yeah.
So if you give a leeway to human nature, if you give more and more allowance to human nature, it will eventually corrupt itself. And that's literally what happened to the Roman Empire. That's what happened to the Greeks, to the Romans, to the Egyptians. Basically, it became more and more degenerate that the entire what do you call it? The entire empire collapsed.
Hmm.
And that's basically what happened to them. And they were engaging in homosexuality, they were engaging in all these things that go against. You believe in God, Hassan, don't you?
Yeah, of course.
Do you think do you think
Hope
do
that
you
was
think
rhetorical.
do you think that when God says a man and a man having sex is wrong,
Hmm.
you think that God knew what he was talking about, or he
Yes,
did?
yes.
KD, come on, bro. Come on. Sorry, bro. I just saw you on the thing. Come on, bro. Come on. The bro OG1, come on as well. Um, hold on a second. Hold on. Yes, I heard of why does everyone keeps I can never say this name. Zostrism,
Zoroastrianism.
Zoroastrianism. I
Yeah.
don't. Persian ancient, Iranian ancient. The Shah was Muslim, like the emirs of Afghanistan, Muslim, Golden Horde monarch, Shagatai. Do you know what? I want to meet the bro Juan because the bro Juan is a joker, bro.
Mhm.
He he's reading all types. I really want to meet this guy. Yes, the bro Juan. Come on, man. Join us if you want, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's hear it. But you believe that God, when God says homosexuality is a sin, you do you believe that God has a good reason for saying that is a sin?
A good reason?
Yeah.
How do I define good?
All right.
I
I'm
don't
bored.
want to go. I don't want to like. I'm not. I'm not asking you questions for the sake of just arguing. I hope you don't think that. It's just I want to be very precise with every step we take
No, no,
until because I don't
I
want
don't.
to.
Yeah, I don't believe that you're being a contrarian. You're not being a contrarian
Oh,
at all.
oh, great, great, great.
I'm actually borrowing this from and this is an argument
Okay.
that a OnlyFans girl
Aha.
used against Myron on Fresh and.
Aha. I think I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and she basically said, Myron, advises men to go and sleep with 50 women
Yeah.
and before getting married. And then she said, does your religion, you know, say that? Does your God say that? And then he said, no, my God does not say that. So the bra OG1, what's going on, bro? Can you hear us?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Finally, we got the bro OG1 here, son. He's on
Yes.
the midnight coffee thoughts.
Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome.
Right.
But hold on, let me just finish what I was saying. Let me just finish what I was saying. So she basically used the argument, do you know more than your God? Do you think your God is wrong for saying what he said? Do you see what I'm saying? And this is what I'm asking, because when God says, oh, don't engage in homosexuality, don't engage in all of these things, it, God understands that the consequences that this will have in society. God understands, because obviously God is God. So
Okay.
when he's saying don't do these things, it's because he understands that these things lead to self-destruction. It eventually leads to the destruction of society itself.
Okay. So you're arguing that God implements these rules and He reveals to you one way or another, whether it be slowly through your generation or through other generations, the consequences of those actions.
No, I'm saying that the reason why God gives these rules is because he understands that these rules
Does he
will
tell
lead,
us?
if you don't follow these rules, if you don't adhere to these rules,
Yeah.
your society will crumble,
Does
your
he tell
society
us?
will collapse, your society will self-destruct.
Does he tell us why?
You tell me, bro. You're a Muslim.
I'm asking from the Christian perspective.
Oh, for the Christian perspective.
Yeah. Does he tell you don't do this, or this will happen?
No, no, it doesn't. It doesn't say this will happen. What he says is, don't do this. And
Oh,
then in the Bible, we
yeah.
have examples of what happens to people that do these things, like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Okay, so you have Sodom and Gomorrah practicing LGBTQ, right? Plus, right?
Yo, I can't wait till I hear the bro G ones.
Okay, sorry. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, Hassan. I'm
I
here.
know you
I
heard
need,
my arguments.
I need your perspective on it right now because I want to see how you're going to rebuttal this one, Hassan.
Okay. So you have Sodom and Gomorrah, two cities practicing LGBTQ.
Yeah.
Warning comes to them. No, through the particular prophet at the time, he warns them not to do it. They don't listen to him. The two cities are cast into physical destruction, destroyed, wiped off the face of the earth, right? Or at least the people are, right?
Yeah, good.
How many cities in America and in the UK practice LGBTQ?
The whole bloody country.
Many Sodom and
Yes,
Gomorrah.
the whole country.
How come the destruction hasn't come to them?
It's coming. It's called the second
Already
coming.
started. Already started.
Already started?
Yes.
A strong economy?
Actually, the bro G one.
Successful society?
Iraq,
I was
Saddam
actually going
Hussein
to say something. Go ahead. Yeah.
already
Go ahead.
started as well. Because Islamic State, Iran, when Saddam Hussein fell and the people were greedy and corrupt during his time, well, the consequences already happened.
The consequences to America and to the West, or to Iraq?
Well, to the West and Iraq, it already happened.
What's happened to the West?
Well, the citizens left and joined Islamic State.
They left the state?
Yes.
They left
The
Iraq?
image of the West, the image of the state went on the decline because
Oh, the image.
their own
Okay.
citizens joined the Islamic State. And then the consequence of removing Saddam Hussein without putting someone else he does the job better and that he serves the population is that Iran and whoever else and the rise.
Okay, so the consequences of their actions is that their image is somewhat diminished.
Yes, the image diminished as well as Islamic State rises.
Okay, I would say their image hasn't diminished because you have people flocking to the US in greater numbers since then.
Exactly.
In fact, to the point where they have an immigration crisis, they have a border crisis or something.
But is that for a
So-
good reason, though?
Well, the argument that their image is diminished, but then everybody in the world is flocking towards them, supporting them, building alliances. I don't think they've faced any recompense for that action at all.
Oh,
But what the consequence is internal dispute.
Yeah, because think about it.
Yeah,
Think about
yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
If if I go to a country where they don't share my ideology,
Yeah.
There's a conflict there, and the conflict is, well, how is this conflict resolved? It can only be resolved through conversion.
Why are you going there in the first place?
Hold on a second. I don't know why. Do you? Okay. First, I need to ask this question because I don't know what the numbers are. I don't know what the statistics are.
Sure.
Are Muslims flocking to the Western world?
Yes, I can imagine so. Yeah.
Okay, no. But is it in droves? Is it a lot, or is it just normal immigration levels?
I think it's probably higher.
How high is it?
What's gross mixture?
Yeah, this is what we need to establish, right? Because the thing is, once a group of people who have a certain ideology immigrate to a place that has a different ideology from them, the outcome will be they will either two things will happen.
Two civilizations.
They will either assimilate,
Yeah.
or they will try to convert those people into their ideology.
Vice versa, vice versa. Because you'd have a lot of people who come to the West who've left Islam, and you have other people who are introduced to a particular faith, for example, Islam, who will convert. The numbers of conversions are slightly higher, I'm guessing, of apostasy, but apostasy isn't negligible. You have many people who come from Muslim countries, like you have Iranians, you have famous Saudis who immigrate to the West, who apostate and leave Islam and promote their disbelief, who become everything that you would define as the West. So the idea that there is a loggerheads, maybe culturally there's a loggerheads, but ideologically they ebbs and flows. One flows into the other, and they can survive side by side.
What do you reckon, KD? KD, you there?
Oh, hey,
He muted
hey,
himself.
can you hear
What's
me?
going on, KD? Go ahead, bro.
Welcome, Kate.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah. Which religion were you talking about before?
What we're talking about is
um,
basically when a group of people who have a certain ideology or believe in a certain religion or an ideology immigrate over to another country that has a different ideology. I said it's two outcomes. They'll either assimilate, or they will what do you call it, or they will try to convert that population into their own belief system.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
It's like
but what
I
do you
think like
think?
Western world. I
Yeah,
think like Western world is like getting like it's already been conquered. So like Islam is like taken over. Well, that's what I think.
yeah, but do you reckon, the guys and the broad you one? Let me just ask you guys one question. Yeah, from your observation, right? I don't know if you guys are based in UK or not, but from your observation, do you see um for example, Muslims that, because Hassan said, they are emigrating, they're flocking over to the Western world, and the Western world is degenerate. Um,
Oh,
the
let me
Western
see.
world is degenerate, Hassan. Come on,
Sure.
it is, bro. It's gonna
I
get
agree.
worse.
I agree, bro.
It's not. Yeah, it's not gonna get better, bro. Do you guys see Muslims assimilating more, or do you guys see Muslims trying to convert Westerners into the religion? What do you see more of? That's
Perhaps
for
maybe
That's
like
for
more
Katie and the bro.
converts. I don't know.
Sorry, say that again, Katie.
Probably more converts because Islam is like the fastest growing religion, and maybe in the next 50, 60 years there will be I think Muslims will outnumber Christians. Well, as far as
Atheists outnumber Christians right now in UK alone. So yeah, I think you're right about that. What do you think, the bro, Juan?
It's gonna be between. I think Muslim population will increase due to more kids. Number one, more kids, but it will be between Muslim population and woke, which is like woke is like just woke and communist as well as degenerate.
You're right. I'm not even gonna lie. You're right. So Hassan,
Or
Yes.
fascist, nationalistic.
okay, Hassan. So as you
Yes.
can see, bro,
Yes.
they they are immigrating, and the general consensus, which I agree with, is yes, there are certain Muslims assimilating. Absolutely, I agree with you 100%. But for the most part, they are actually trying to convert. So there's a clash in ideologies there. Where, and to be honest with you, I will do the exact same thing. If I'm as a Christian, if I go to another country, I want to push my religion, my belief system, my ideology onto them so that they can follow what I believe in, because I believe what I believe in is right. So
Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
saying Muslims are wrong for that. They,
Sure.
you know,
You're
they,
just
they, they should be doing that if they
yeah.
believe in their religion. I think
Yeah.
it's the right thing to do.
Okay, so you're saying I get what you're saying. So as the religious moral foundation in the West deteriorates, and you have, which is obvious, you have the movement or the migration of Muslim people from Muslim majority nations into the West. the Muslims will stand firm and promote their faith, and their faith will stand would thrive because of the lack of commitment to faith in the West. Right? Obviously, through I think OG1 said, or maybe it's KD who said reproducing and
Production.
other numbers. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm still yeah,
yeah.
I'm opposed. I'm opposed to that for many reasons. One reason would be that you assume that Muslims in Muslim countries are all the same. So Muslims in the UK are the same as the Muslims in France, are the same as the Muslims in the US, are the same as the Muslims in Germany. They're not the same. Muslims in the UK are very, very anti-LGBTQ, right? Muslims in America are not. You have Muslims that vote and promote, and you have imams that would suggest we vote for gay marriage in America, but you wouldn't have that in the UK. You have Muslims in France that aren't even allowed to breathe, right? Metaphorically speaking, figuratively speaking, right? Yeah, you can't wear hijabs in government. Just something simple as a hijab or a abaya or whatever it may be. Something as simple as what they call less revealing clothing being considered culturally opposed to the secular society of France, right? So the idea that Muslims will come into the West and they will remain Muslims and they will not adapt to the society, it's just false. There are clear examples.
France is an example, yes.
So if people are okay, the fact that some Muslims will adapt to society is definitely a fact. It's impossible. It's impossible to have no Muslims adapting to society or assimilating to society. That's going to happen regardless. But the majority isn't, and the majority is pushing their agenda as they should. As believers of Islam, they should be pushing their agenda because that's what they believe to be right. There's nothing wrong with that. The Bar OG1 did mention the fact that yes, also the fact that they have more or reproduce more. Remember, the West isn't reproducing, bro. The West isn't.
Number. This is an argument. Sorry to interrupt. This is an argument that you and I always have. You prioritizing the importance of numbers, and I'm prioritizing the importance. So you, as I said before, you as I gave an example before.
Hassan is
Let's
always
say.
wrong. Hassan is always wrong on this issue. I don't know why.
Funny, I was thinking the same thing about you. I'll say this, and I'll give the floor to the guys because I'm talking a lot. But numbers aren't that important. If you have 100 children and I have 10, but I influence the minds and I have complete influence over what your 90 of your children do. I have 100 children and you have 10, right? Being able to control the hearts and the minds of what people do, with along with any external circumstances that you have influence over, changes a person, right? So, for example, I'm just reading an article here. It says pride flags have been flown by the U.S. embassies in Muslim majority countries during Biden's presidency, meaning that American embassies in Muslim countries have pride flags waving outside the embassy. I'll send you the article now. The point I give that example is, if I can do what is the most offensive to you in your home, what other influence do I have over you when you're in my home, right? The idea that I believe in, I have this belief and I practice this being the absolute definition of how you're going to behave tomorrow, and with a variety of other circumstances, isn't an indication of how much influence you have, right?
But how much influence you
Yes.
have is directly related to, for example, if I have loads of babies, if I'm having loads of babies, I'm gonna have more influence in society. If atheists and pagans and these degenerates are having less babies, uh, they are literally self-destructing themselves. So me, I've got 3 children now. I'm planning to have about 4 more. So my missus almost woke up just now. No, I'm joking. I'm in the hotel, guys. I'm all the way in Bath. If I'm planning to have 4 more, yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have more of a say in society than someone who had one, or someone who decided to have none. They're gonna die out. Remember, guys, we don't live forever. We're going to die.
Okay.
So the ones who reproduces more will have more of an influence in society. this is just logical. So to me, is kudos to Islam for keeping their reproduction level high, because that's necessary in order to have a sane society, and they are doing that, and they're doing that. In the Bible, we are called um to reproduce. And Abraham is told that he needs to, to reproduce and be fertile and have loads of children and so on and so forth. So we are called to do that. So that's a good thing. So I can't fault Muslims for doing that. But if a whole bunch of atheists and secular weirdos and feminists are not reproducing, then yes, I'm sorry, Islam will become more prevalent and will have more of a sane society than these degenerate atheists. And
Okay, I have a
hold on,
proposition.
hold on, bro. Before you say that, the road you went. Look what it says here. Americans are having fewer and fewer babies. A new government report finds. In fact, we now aren't making enough babies to replace ourselves. For the population to reproduce itself at current numbers, the total fertility rate needs to be 2,100 births per 1,000. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but you guys get the gist. But the point that I'm trying to make is, at first I thought, oh, this is just American. This is just America. No, it's not just America. It's literally
Yeah.
what do you call it? It's in the UK, it's in
Korea.
Australia, it's in Korea. Yeah, it's literally every Western country and communist country. This is where you're gonna find, like, was it Japan? Was it Japan, or I don't know,
Japan,
Russia?
China,
Russia's,
and Russia and Korea.
yeah,
Both of
they're
the
all
Koreas,
going.
North and South.
Exactly. All of them are operating under ideologies, under atheist, feminists, what do you call it? Secular humanist ideology, which basically comes down to human reason, which is the title of this topic. Human when a human decides to take God out of the equation, all right, eventually, when a human decides to decide what is right and what is wrong, and he takes God out of the equation. He says, I don't need God. I'm going to decide it for myself. What ends up happening is it ends up leading to degeneracy. It ends up leading to self-destruction. Why? According to our Christian faith, I'm sure, what do you call it? Hassan, Muslims don't really believe this, but we believe that human beings are born with a sinful nature. And this is the reason why, when human beings are left to their own devices without God, they usually fall into degeneracy and self-destruction.
Okay. I have a
Yeah,
proposition.
also, can I just add, like, I think
Yes.
about the reproduction thing, the Islamic like societies are like they prioritize it, so that's why they're like having more kids and everything. And it was like an old Andrew Tate video, and he was saying like under like Islamic law, like you will never find like a weak, scared man. Like they're all strong, so that's why they're all having like kids and everything, and they keep their wives in check and everything. So
I keep my wife in check.
Okay, I have a proposition.
yeah,
Let
as you
me
should.
explain.
Go ahead, the bro,
Yeah.
Jewett.
So I agree partly with both numbers and minds, because if you have both the heart and mind and the reproduction, it means that you have more tribes in the long run under your belt. So, like the
Facts.
Ottoman Empire, they had both minds, hearts, and they reproduced, which means that they had numbers as well as hearts and minds. That's why they took over as Turks so much territory, and the
Mm.
Timurids.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, the Ottoman Empire, very powerful, very powerful. They survived all the way until 1917, guys. 1917. That's how long they survived for. And isn't it funny that ever since secularism became prevalent or became powerful in the basically they call it the period of enlightenment. That's when secularism kind of like came to prominence, and that was in the 1700 with the separation of church and state. So they had the period of enlightenment. It's funny, when the Catholic Church was in charge, the secular world called it the Dark Ages. But when they came in charge, they called it the period of enlightenment. Bloody weirdo.
They lost.
And then, say that again, bro. Sorry.
They were
Go ahead.
losing. They lost to Crimea. They lost to Ottoman. They lost to Timurid, and they lost to like other Christian kingdoms as well. They lost.
Yeah. No. Yeah, but the thing is, the Christian belief doesn't call for the, for it's not an empire
Now I'm saying
mentality.
those kingdoms that weren't empires that got like
Mm.
invaded, the opposition lost to them.
The opposition lost to them.
Yeah, the
Which
kingdoms that
kingdom?
were Christian who were invaded by like a colonial power. Sometimes
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
opposition
yeah,
would lose.
yeah. Islam took over all those lands there. But what I'm saying is, when the period of enlightenment came about in the 1700s, it's funny that when it came about, they called it the period of enlightenment. I just find that funny.
They
How
lost to
how is
Abyssinia.
yeah,
They lost to Abyssinia and Ottomans.
and the Ottomans, yeah. The Christians fought for the Holy Land for a very long time. But they didn't manage to keep hold of it. And then the Ottoman Empire eventually took hold of it. But the thing is, when the period of enlightenment came about, and they separated God from government, from state, what God, and then government became in charge of dictating what is right and what is wrong. What have we
Yeah.
seen?
So why did that happen? Do you know? Like, I'm not so sure. Why
Oh yeah,
did
yeah.
they?
I know why it happened. I know exactly why it happened. The kings and queens of the Western world, yeah, they became tired of the Catholic Church having so much power over them.
And the Orthodox as well. The
Oh,
Orthodox
And
so it wasn't
church.
because they didn't. So it wasn't that they stopped believing, was it? Did they
no,
didn't
no,
lose
no, no, no,
faith?
no, no. They just, the thing is, remember what happened with the famous case with the Henry VIII situation?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Basically, what happened with Henry VIII is Henry VIII was sick and tired. He hated the fact that the Catholic Church, the Pope, had all the say. Like, he said, if he said no, it's no. That's it. And you couldn't say nothing, because if you went against it, then guess what? All the other kings and queens would have basically ganged up on you. You see what I'm saying?
The First
So
Reich of Germany.
exactly. So what basically happened was, they engineered the separation of, they engineered the Protestants, what you guys call Protestants today. They actually engineered. They were sick and tired of the grip that the Catholic Church had on all the kings and queens of the Western world. So they wanted to free themselves from it. And one of the ways that they freed themselves from it, they started to, and King Henry VIII was one of the first ones. And he said, "What do you mean I can't divorce this woman?" He wanted to divorce her, and the Pope obviously said, "Nah, because we don't believe in divorce in the Catholic Church." So he said, "No, you're not divorcing her, and she's done nothing wrong, blah blah blah." And he was just like, "What? Nah, I'm separating from you right now." And basically, that's all that happened. Kings and queens in what you call it, in Europe, wanted to separate themselves from the grip of the Catholic Church, because, and it makes sense, because it's like, why do these people get to have all the power over me? You know what I mean? Like, why? He wears a robe. He doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's got a small army. I got a bigger army. Why am I listening to this guy? And this guy's telling me to do good and to not do everything that I want to indulge in. So that's where the conflict basically started from. And then Henry VIII separated from the Catholic Church. And then all the other, kings and queens in Europe kind of followed through, and that was basically it. That's all that happened. And they wanted to become they wanted to become their own power in their own right. They didn't want to be subordinate to the Catholic Church. And that's what basically happened. And that's how the church and state, that's how the separation of church and state basically began. So the kings and queens said, look, listen, because we have a history and we've got loads of Catholic people in our country, we will allow you to survive. We will allow you to continue to exist, but we're gonna have all the say when it comes to deciding what is right and what is wrong. No longer you, but you can still stay and you can still practice your religion, and that's how secularism basically came about.
Okay. Sounds interesting.
You guys,
Well,
look, listen. I'm not look, guys. I'm not making any of this up. Look, check this out. Check
I
this
know, I
out.
know.
Yeah,
No, we
I'm
believe
not.
you. I believe you.
Hassan,
I believe.
you
Yeah.
No,
Hassan
believe.
doesn't
Yeah.
believe. Hassan
I
doesn't
do. I
I
believe.
do.
thought they,
He doesn't believe
I
me. He
thought they
takes
lost
everything.
faith. That's
He
why.
takes everything with a pinch of salt when it comes to me. Hassan, tell the truth. Man.
No, it's history. I'm okay with it. I don't question your historical knowledge.
Allow it, Hassan. Stop
Just
it.
your
Look,
future.
check this out. Yeah, check this out. Look what it look at the definition of secularism. Yeah, just look at the definition. In contemporary English, secular is primarily used to distinguish something such as an attitude, belief, or position that is not specifically religious or sectarian in nature. And then look, what is the real meaning of secular? Anything not affiliated with a church or faith can be called secular. Non-religious people can be called atheists or agnostics, but to describe things, activities, or attitudes that have nothing to do with religion, you can use the word secular. So anything that has nothing to do with religion is what secularism basically is.
A society can survive and succeed.
No, they're not surviving though. If they were surviving,
Yeah.
we would see them survive, bro.
They're
How
Am I wrong?
are
surviving,
they
not
failing?
living.
How are they failing?
They're
They
surviving.
own everything. They own everything.
Go ahead, the bro John. What did you say?
They're surviving, not to living. There's a difference to living and surviving.
They own the future. Pretty much. They own the
So,
future.
like, even if they own it, who are they going to give it to once they're in the ground? Or the
No one.
relatives are in the ground? No
No
one,
one.
exactly. Only if they have a successor and people who are like family who are reproducing.
Bro,
Like
you might as
30
well
times.
you might as well give it to the Muslims.
Well, the Muslims will just become secular anyway. It'll be fine.
No, they not. They not.
Yeah.
But
Oh my God. Oh my God.
a small number of Muslims are becoming
The
secular.
most powerful, the most influential, the most capable Muslims are either secular or close to it, incapable of doing anything that really is substantially significant.
But
right?
when we look on the ground though, when we
Yeah.
look on the ground,
Yeah.
we
What about
see
the Arab Muslims?
the Arab Muslims?
Like,
Same,
yeah, like the
same.
homeland. Like, I
Salman.
don't think. Yeah, I don't think they would. I think this, the homeland of Islam. I don't
Saudi
think they're
Arabia.
sexual, are they?
No, but they're reproducing. They're reproducing.
Which is fine.
That's
Let them have millions of children. It doesn't make a difference. It's about not about the bodies. It's about the minds.
Hassan, I would have tripped you if I saw you right now. I can't
Go on.
believe you, bro. You are. Did you just say it does? Listen, having
Yeah.
children, having loads of children is a
Yeah.
powerful thing. Are you guys denying the biological reality?
All the more to be ruled. Just produce 100 children. One mind will rule them all. It does.
Bro,
One,
okay.
in the words
We
of Lord of
need
the
the
Rings,
mind.
one ring to bind them all
With
into the
the
darkness to
numbers.
destroy them.
Let me ask you guys one question. Did
Yeah.
I show evidence that the West is not reproducing enough to replace itself? Did I show evidence of that?
Yes.
Thank you. If the West is not reproducing enough of themselves, and
Yes.
the Muslims are reproducing enough of themselves,
Yes.
who's going to eventually take the reins?
The one with all the money and all the power and all the influence. That's the one who's going to succeed.
But who is he going to
Or the
give it
people
to?
with the numbers and
Who?
the minds will win.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
but
people with the numbers and the minds.
We're talking about ideas,
And
not
yes.
we're talking about ideas, not necessarily race or not necessarily nationality. The West can just import its people and they'll be fine.
Yeah,
Secularism will still survive. Most likely Islam will die. Most likely Islam will die. It won't not Islam, not the faith, of course, but it will certainly be diminished and taken down a peg.
Hassan,
Yeah.
they will, like you said, they're just gonna import people, right?
Yes, eventually, yes.
They'll import the Muslims.
Yeah.
There you
And
go.
others. and others, but yeah.
Yeah, they'll import the Muslims. It
But
makes
it's
sense.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. Doesn't mean secularism will die. Doesn't mean
It will die.
Western values will die. No, they won't. No, they won't.
No,
They'll survive.
the reason why it will die is because what they're importing are
Is
people that don't believe in secularism.
is opposed. Yeah, well, the people's minds will change.
How?
They just do. I don't know. They just acclimatize to the new environment.
If Muslims that are currently a minority right now,
Let's say I'm a secular. Let me interrupt. Sorry. Let's say I'm secular society.
Basically,
I have these.
the pendulum has to swing back.
Go ahead, guys. Go ahead, guys.
Basically, the pendulum has basically is gonna swing back. So
yeah.
it's like the Western people should they'll understand atheism isn't the way, because there's so much degeneracy which is being pushed out there, and anyone with some type of brain will understand this is not right. So I think maybe 100, 200 years time, maybe I don't know. Maybe
do you know what?
change,
Yeah, KD, you are exactly like Hassan. Yeah, Hassan thinks that the pendulum could swing back. Yeah, he thinks that people will come to their senses. I'm a Christian. Christianity does not promise a nice little future for us. Yeah, it doesn't. It tells us that the world's going to get worse. So there's not going to be a good outcome for most of humanity. They're very realistic when it comes to what's going to happen in the future. Will the pendulum swing back? I don't believe so.
So basically, you're not optimistic.
No, I'm far from it. I'm far from it. It will only swing back for those that adhere to objective realities or objective truth. It will,
and that's a choice, though.
Huh? No,
that's a choice.
See,
it's a choice.
Me as a Christian, right? Yeah. Me and Hassan. Hassan is a Muslim. I'm trying to convert him to Christianity, by the way. I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian, right? We adhere to objective realities, objective truth. So it will always come down to us and Islam or Judaism or whatever. Any religion that adheres to objective truth, it will always come down to them. All these atheists and weirdos and nihilists and all of that, they're going to die out because they're not reproducing themselves. So they're just going to die out. You see what I'm saying? They're not reproducing, they're aborting their kids. So they're going to die out. So it will always come down to us. You see what I'm saying? And even though Christianity is the biggest religion, Catholicism is the biggest religion on earth, eventually, the more we see Christians kind of converting into this secular world, which is what the secular world is doing, it's going to become a minority. So me personally, I'm trying to get my Christians to become a little bit more militant in their religion. Very similar to how Islam is up to a certain extent. Do you see what I'm saying?
You're the Christian Bin Laden, yeah?
Oh, shut up.
Trying to destroy the West.
But that guy's Al-Qaeda.
I'm just joking.
Al-Qaeda what? Al-Qaeda, say that again, bro, John?
No, Osama bin Laden was part of Al-Qaeda and he died.
Osama bin Laden was CIA, bro.
The CIA, but he became the head of Al-Qaeda and he died in Pakistan, bro.
Yeah, look, there's a whole bunch of Muslim leaders, and I'm sorry, I would say even in the Christian world, when it comes to Anglican Church and all of that, that are working with the powers that be, that have an agenda, and I'm sorry, they're using these people to push certain agendas. This is why, Hassan.
Yeah.
Is there nightclubs in Saudi Arabia now?
I think just off the coast. Yeah.
How can there be nightclubs in Saudi Arabia, bro?
I think in Riyadh it's called Riyadh. I haven't kept up with it, but Riyadh is like a rave.
They are becoming westernized. Well, Dubai is definitely westernized.
Yeah, look at Israel.
Saudi's a new trying to be a new Dubai. Yeah.
Israel secular.
Yeah.
Right,
look at Israel.
Yeah, that's they're secular.
Yeah, Israel, they have concerts and everything. Yeah.
They're secular, right? Israel is secular, right? Israel promotes LGBTQ. Israel promotes every degeneracy that we are seeing in the West right now.
Man,
yeah, feminism.
It's a Western country, yeah.
It's a Western country. It's nothing to
Yeah.
do with Judaism. If those guys were to live by the rules of Torah, I don't
Yeah.
even think America
Old
would like.
law and Torah. Military base. Or the Samaritans looking at both
Yeah.
military base.
Tell the Jews, right, to live according to the Torah in Israel right now, and watch American funding will stop in 1 second.
Immediately.
That's true.
By their own
Because
laws.
the
By their own laws.
Samaritans follow
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
the
Yeah,
Torah
And
more
this
than
and,
the
and
Jewish.
this is what I'm seeing. Sorry, the bro, John. This is what I'm seeing, right? I am seeing Muslim countries.
Yes.
I am seeing no Dubai. Dubai is basically just a party town. I'm seeing Muslim countries.
Yes.
I'm seeing Israel. Yeah,
Yes.
all these supposedly like Abrahamic religions, right? I'm seeing them converting into
Yes.
secularism. This is
And I thought we outnumbered them. I thought numbers was the game, but it seems like they're being influenced by what's across the Mediterranean,
you
right?
see
With
what
all those
Hassan is doing
numbers,
right now? You see what Hassan is doing right now, guys?
I thought you're a numbers guy, man. Yeah.
Hassan,
You're
But that's
all
why I said
Riyadh, Cairo, Tel Aviv, Dubai, Oman, wherever it may be, is controlled by Washington and London and Paris and Berlin
Morocco.
and Morocco. Yeah, all these nations, all run by people in suits in Western
yeah,
cities.
but the thing is, bro, what you're not seeing is this, right?
Yeah.
It will happen. It will affect the immediate people first, which is the Western world. The Western world, it will affect them first before it affects those guys back in Israel or those guys back in Muslim countries.
Sure.
So there's going to be a delay there. I'm not saying that liberal ideologies aren't spreading over there, and now look, even African countries,
Mhm.
they are forcing. You saw Obama going to Kenya.
Mhm.
Obama
Oh
going to
yes,
Kenya
Libya as well, bro. Libya
But-
and Mali.
to promote LGBTQ.
Mhm.
Even the Kenya president was baffled. He was sitting there thinking, what the hell are these guys doing? Coming
Yeah.
here promoting this. This is literally a worldwide agenda. Okay, but it's going to affect the people in the West quicker than it will affect Muslims, then it will affect Jews, then it will affect. I think the Jews are already they've already given in.
that's because like the Western male, like he's been suppressed. That's why, like the common man in like Arabia and China and India, he will still fight and defend, but the Western man here will not fight and defend for anything. So of course, it's gonna take time.
Because he doesn't have to. Because he doesn't have to.
Yeah, it doesn't have
Everything
to,
is wrapped
exactly.
up. Yeah, everything's wrapped up and tied up in a bow. All the world is at your feet. Why fight? No bombs. Nobody's
Oh,
no.
of course, yeah. We in
That's
the
why.
West.
That's why.
Yeah.
All the
That's
all the
why.
barrels of all the guns are
Yeah.
pointing in one direction, and it's towards the Middle East.
We in the West live very comfortable lives. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's comfortable. It's people being too comfortable and people becoming lazy, bro. Because Afghanistan, civil war, India fighting internal and external terrorism. Tibet. Who else?
Africa, Middle East,
Samaritans
the whole.
are in between the clash. Libya, like all those places, they're not comfortable.
So not only is secularism surviving, it's thriving and it's destroying.
No.
Even with the numbers.
I know where you're going with this. Yeah, I know listen, I'm 10 steps ahead. I know exactly where you're going with this. Look, regardless, you have to take into account the fact that other religions are fighting against this. Christianity is fighting against this. As much as they want to attack the Catholic Church and call them pedophiles,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Orthodox as well.
Yeah, the mainstream media is
Yeah.
dedicated into destroying the Catholic religion. Why? Because they understand that that's the biggest religion in the world.
Yeah.
So they want them to accept gay priests. They want them to, Anglicans and the Church of England. They've already accepted gay priests. They've already accepted women to preach.
Bruh. That's not congregation.
Yeah, and
What this?
putting females in churches as well, and like
Exactly. And we know.
yeah.
Do you know what Saint Paul said about females preaching? Who knows? Who knows the thing?
I don't know, kill him.
Yeah, they're not allowed, are they? No.
That's what I heard, bro.
What does Paul says about females preaching? This
Preach in the
is
kitchen.
huh?
Preach in the kitchen.
No, you're not even allowed to preach in the kitchen.
Okay.
Not true.
He
Silent.
said,
They should be
I'm looking,
silent.
yeah, that's it. But I'm looking for the because the way he said it was so. You know, atheists love to bring up
Or
that passage.
submit.
For
Bring up. What is it? What is it?
hold on. Corinthian. Okay, 1 Corinthians 1:4. My days, that was harsh. Like the way he said it, I would have been. You know, I'm a nice guy. Well, I'm not really a nice guy, but you know, I try. I don't know. There's so many. Follow this. Where is it? There's not speaking. Come on, guys, help me look for it, man.
I already found it.
What's the thing? What's it called? What's it called? What's the passage?
The verse.
The verse.
14, 33, 35.
Which
Corinthians
book?
1.
Corinthians 1.
1 Corinthians, yes.
14 what?
33 and then 35.
Yo, the brown judge. The brown judge is ruthless, bro. Hold on.
Mathematics.
14. Man said, I already found. He's not even a Christian like that. Hold on. Women should remain silent in the churches. They are not allowed to speak, but must be in submission, as the law says. If they want to inquire about something, they should ask their own husbands at home, for it is disgraceful for a woman to speak in the church. I'm sorry for laughing.
I remember this from Bible and Torah, old book as well.
Bro, it says, listen what it
And
says.
priest.
Listen what it says, for it is disgraceful for a woman to speak in the church. There you go.
I mean, it's hard to disagree because, well, women will not practice what they preach, and they will just follow
Misogyny.
their emotions. So it's not really. And back then, they would have been interacting with women a lot more than, we are like. So they would have, figured it out. So it makes
Wasn't
sense.
the old law that the woman submit to their husband, but the husband respect their wife? That's the old law.
No.
Look,
Listen. What he was talking about there was the hierarchy that God gave, which is God, man, women, child. He's talking about the duties, the gender role.
And the secular state says the
Purpose.
state, man, woman, child, all equal. All
Yeah.
equal. And the state is the God.
Yeah, there you go. That's
Yes.
it. That's
Exactly.
it.
That's why secularism can survive and thrive in society. Because
No,
God asks for patience, and good character, good decency. The average individual it's beyond the average to society to practice those
Hassan,
things.
all
Yeah.
throughout human history, that's how things have always operated. What
In a minority, yes, but when you keep reproducing and the population grows, they're just wheat to be harvested.
No, this is a specific ideology that was pushed and forced onto society.
And
The
why is
whole-
it so successful? Because of course there must have been other ideas that have been promoted in society. and that failed.
Hassan, it's
Go ahead.
not successful.
Why is it not successful?
It's not successful because we are not seeing nuclear families being formed. It's not successful because we are seeing women that can't even define what a woman is. It's not successful because they're not even reproducing to replace themselves. How can we
Yeah,
call
but-
that successful?
Because
If you ask
the,
them
the
on
numbers will come from somewhere at some point through immigration,
From the Christians
through.
and the Muslims, from the Christians, the real Christians and the real Muslims.
You look at ancient Egypt, a pure definition of a secular society, right?
Satanic world, satanic society. Ancient
Yes.
Egypt.
Ancient
evil.
It's
Egypt. They
ancient
lost to
Egypt, yes.
Persia.
Sure.
They lost
So
to
the ancient,
Persia.
sure. So the ancient Egyptians, right,
Say
being
that
an
again.
example that you're alluding to, Octavia, that you are alluding to, you were pointing out the fact that we're headed towards a demonic society, slowly trying to introduce some sort of faith opposed to Christianity or Abrahamic faiths. What faith is a better example than the faith the ancient Egyptians practiced? They were opposed to Moses, a descendant of Abraham, right? And their society was successful, right?
No,
It
it
had
wasn't.
the
what
it
about
had the
the
They lost.
Roman
minority.
society?
Had the minority. They lost, but their idea still lives on. They formed them. You see the ancient Egyptian obelisk in
Hassan,
Washington D.C.
Hassan,
in
Hassan,
London. The ancient
Hassan,
Egyptians are still alive.
they lost.
They're still alive.
No, they've been
They
replaced by
lost to the
Muslims.
neighbors,
They're
neighboring
still
tribes. They lost,
alive.
and they
You type
became
What,
Muslims.
what
you
about the
type
Romans?
you type in ancient Egyptian obelisk or whatever it's called. That tall needle or whatever it's called. It's in Washington. It's in London. It's in Dubai. Right. That idea is still alive and it's still thriving and
Yeah, but
it still remains
that's
in
the
power and
idea of
control.
God that they used to
That's the idea
worship,
of,
and then they
yeah.
became Christian and Muslim, and the Jewish population.
They still have a strong. They tell the Jews, right, promote LGBT, promote liberal society, kill your neighbors, and they accept, and we'll give you weapons and we'll give you support. So
Yeah.
the
That's
idea that the
modern.
ancient Egyptian, the ancient Egyptian secular society, not in that particular one. I'm just using that as an
Okay,
example,
okay.
but that secular society is still alive today.
Let's break it down. Let's break it down, right?
Where's the monument to
Hold
Moses?
on,
There's
hold
no
on, hold
monument to
on, hold on.
Moses.
Wait.
But what about the Roman societies? The Roman society.
Same with the Romans.
It was the
So,
same thing, right? Okay, now
Yeah.
check this out, guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
check this out. Yeah, just think about it in this way:
Mm.
Roman, Greek, ancient Egypt, they all pretty much believe the same thing.
yes.
Because the same ideology that was transported uh, to the Greeks, it was from Egypt, it was transported to the Romans, right?
Weeks.
So what do we see about both of these or all these free empires? We saw that they eventually their ideology, because these guys reach great heights in
Yes.
terms of ruling, right, over
Yes.
masses of people.
Yes.
But eventually
Like a pyramid system.
their ideology crumbled. Their ideology.
converted.
No, the ideology.
Let me finish, guys. Let me finish. Let me finish. Before this descends into complete chaos. Their ideology crumbled. Why? Because we don't see the Egyptian empire eventually led itself into degeneracy and died out. And then we see what do you call it? The Romans the same thing, the Greeks the same thing. So what we are seeing is this ideology is being transported to a few around the world,
Society.
and everywhere it goes, yeah, it reaches great heights, but then it breaks down and dies out.
Mhm.
And this is why I can't call that ideology successful, because if it self-destructs, then it can't be successful.
It's still alive. So you're arguing that it goes from place to place, reaches us, it allows society to flourish, and then it crashes, burns, and dies out. The same thing could be said for Abrahamic faiths. Abrahamic faiths survive and thrive in certain areas, and then they shift and move to another and another. The argument that it's not stationary and that it doesn't survive eternally in one society isn't an indication that it dies out. It's not the way these ideologies or these beliefs move.
Well, earlier, like they were all persecuted. So
No, this is the people.
directly
I think we have to make a differentiation between the people and the ideology or the belief system. The belief system is not stagnant. The people are. The Egyptians today aren't the ancient Egyptians of yesterday. The Egyptians today aren't the ancient Egyptians of yesterday. The Persians of today aren't the Persians of or the Iranians today aren't the Persians of 1,000 years ago, whatever it may be. But the ideologies, they still survive and they still thrive. You have numerous Egyptian iconography in the West, in America. You can just see, look at the seal. You have, what is it, Osiris or whatever god that the ancient Egyptians worshipped back then, being the official American seal. You can actually see
The
a
eye.
pyramid. Yeah, you see the pyramid on the eye on the dollar bill, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So the argument that the people have died, yes, but the idea hasn't. It's thriving and it's succeeding, and it controls the world to this day.
I disagree.
Reproducing doesn't matter. You just go from one people to the next.
The reason why I disagree is because Christianity hasn't died against hold on against all.
I never said it did though.
Hold on, against all the persecutions
Yeah,
it has faced, it hasn't died.
yeah,
Islam hasn't died. It's still
Yeah.
going very much
Listen.
strong.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned,
Mhm.
when I look at Christianity, I don't see societies dying out.
Yeah.
I don't see societies. This is not something where Christianity is at its height and then it dies out because its ideology leads to degeneracy. And
No,
then it
no. These. I
Hold
get that. I have to interrupt. Let me interrupt. I just, you might have misunderstood my point.
It knows
I-
what's coming. It knows what's coming.
I just want to clarify my point, so then you can argue
It's not
against it.
supposed to die out because basically the Bible's supposed to be your life guide, basically. So it's not really supposed to die out.
Yeah, I don't
So
think. I don't think these Abrahamic faiths will die out. No, I'm not saying they would. They shift
no,
as
'cause
well
it's
from
supposed to be in the
people
heart, basically.
from one people to the next. Europe wasn't Christian at one point, and then it became Christian. Now it's becoming less Christian. The Far East, China, Indonesia, the Philippines, these places, they weren't Christian or Muslim, but then they became Christian Muslim as time went on. Right.
But
So both of these ideas shift, but neither of them die. One ultimately always has control over the other.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm saying though.
Go
What
ahead.
what I'm saying is you don't see societies dying out because of the ideology. When you look at Egypt, when you look at Greece, when you look at Rome, when you look at the Western world today, you can see that they are dying because of what the ideology teaches and promotes. We can see that that's the reason why it complete. There was no reason why the Egyptians couldn't have continued the way they were. There was no reason why the Romans couldn't have continued the way they were. If their ideology was good and it was sufficient, that ideology would have continued to rule. The problem was the ideology
Yeah, I agree.
was
I did completely disagree.
it was absolutely degenerate. That's why it led to its own self-destruction. It killed itself because there was hold on. There was no one to compete against them. There was no reason why they shouldn't have stayed in power and carried on as they were. So the fact that they didn't have that longevity, put it this way, we should have right now been ruled by the Egyptians if their ideology was good. So
I
we don't
get
see.
you.
Mongols.
Hold on, hold on.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you, sir.
Wait.
Yeah.
We don't see that. What we see is these ideologies have reinvented themselves under different names, different philosophies, different ideologies in order to deceive more people. That's what we see. When I look at how the Greeks took from the Egyptians and they kind of remixed the entire ideology, and then then the Romans borrowed from the Greeks and they remixed the entire ideology. They all did it in different ways. When I look at what the Western world is doing after the period of enlightenment, took the ideology of the Egyptians, Romans, and Greeks and remixed it into feminism, liberalism, secular humanism. They have to reinvent their religions. When I look at Christianity, it stays the same. When I look at Islam, it stays the same. When I look at Judaism, it stays the same. They don't need to remix nothing. And that's my argument.
I agree with you. They don't have to remix anything. I agree with the concept that secularism is they're almost like locusts, right? They harvest it, they take over the field, they cultivate. Well, not locusts, but they cultivate. They improvise. They grow fast, they quick, and they burn out, right? Because of degeneracy or whatever it may be, right?
I'm right, son. I'm right.
Hold
They
on.
move in the shadows.
Oh,
They move in the shadows. They
yeah.
move hidden. When I look, you see, I can open up the Quran and say, okay, that's what these guys believe in. That I see the Hadith, that's what these guys believe in. I see the book, the Bible, that's what these guys believe in. I see the Torah, I see the Talmud, that's what these guys believe in. That you see what I'm saying to you? I can see this is what these guys believed in. Their books were written. Everyone can open up the book. Please tell me which book can you open up from what do you call it from the occult?
A code
I'm
will
not.
know.
No.
They're not out in the open. What they are doing is they're using their philosophies to remix itself into different ideologies that literally promote the same degeneracy.
I get you. I get you. I get you. I'm with you now. I'm with you now. I'm with
Yeah,
you. I,
it's
I
called
was
deception. It's deception at its
the
best.
the only thing I disagree with you with is that you said if the Romans had a moral foundation, they would be able to stand forever or for longer, and they would have still been in power and ruled, or same as
I didn't say
I.
that. I didn't say that. I
Yeah,
didn't say
you did. You did. You said they would have stayed and ruled.
no, no. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said
You, if
if
I
the
could turn back the tape, I would.
no, no. If the, don't try
This
that.
this this
If
is
the
at this is
Romans,
at
hold on. If the Romans' moral
44
foundation,
minutes.
if the if the Romans' moral foundation, right? If the Romans' moral foundation was what was good, it was based on objective reality, yeah, it
Yeah,
wouldn't have disintegrated and
yeah.
led into chaos. All
It
right,
would have disintegrated.
it wouldn't have disintegrated and led into chaos and eventually into self-destruction. It wouldn't have done that.
Some of the Roman emperors did some nasty things. Like they
Yeah,
were
It
doing
killed
all
people.
types of nasty
Horrible.
things. Like they were pedos, everything. Like
everything. True,
they
true.
were
But
just
I think without
killing.
that, with morality, and a religious society, it diminishes your ability to have power. Because to have power in this world, any society has to be ruthless, right? Has to be evil and have no moral boundaries. But then those moral boundaries diminish your longevity and ability to sustain and grow through some way or the other. So ultimately, I agree with
I
Octavio.
disagree. I disagree. I
Okay, go
disagree.
on.
I think a society, in order for you to survive, you do have to be able to defend yourself. You do have to be able to have a strong army because evil does exist. It is prevalent. Um, but that doesn't mean you're being evil. That means you are defending yourself.
How
That
would
means
America survive or be this position if it wasn't evil?
but America's operating under secular values. They're not operating.
That's and
They're not.
every major society in history throughout the most part has been evil.
No,
Um,
no, no.
um,
But
um,
look at the founding fathers of the United States.
Slave
Actually, yeah,
masters,
they had slaves. No, no, they had
conquerors,
slaves too.
they
Yeah, yeah, they
were
had slaves too.
yeah. Yeah, and it's
They,
not slavery,
yeah,
it's not indentured service. These are people who come to an area, work until they die. Their kids grow up, they work until they die, and their kids.
yeah, yeah.
For
Slavery
that
is
tape from
slavery
the
is a loose
captain
word for it's not slavery as it was, you know,
in the ancient.
yeah, in ancient history. It's because the word slavery is a bit of a loose term anyway. So
it is.
Oh
It
yeah,
is.
yeah,
A,
it's
it
yeah.
is a very loose term, and
yeah,
I'm actually going to do a show. Does Christianity condone slavery, or did it condone slavery?
yeah.
Um, and I'm actually going to do a show on that. And I'm going to address this issue because a lot of people don't actually understand slavery. When they think of slavery, they think of
The transatlantic slave trade. Yeah,
the transatlantic slave trade, and a lot of people don't even understand that there's more slaves now than there were before.
yeah.
They don't
No,
understand
and
how.
everyone has been enslaved. Like every single culture
Every
has done
ethnicity and
practiced it.
tribe.
They've Yeah,
e-
every single culture's practiced it. They've been enslaved themselves.
exactly, and the thing is, you have to understand one
They're
thing.
just not knowledgeable about it.
Yeah, but the thing is, you have to understand that there's a few things you need to understand. Why does slavery exist? What ideology is fighting against slavery? Okay, because if slavery exists, if it has always existed, then that means it's natural for human beings to hold other human beings and make them their slaves. It's a natural thing if it has always existed. What you have to say is what ideology do you have right now in the world that is able to fight against slavery? And what ideology has fought to bring the human consciousness to even think that slavery what is bad? Because I'm sorry, when I look, I grew up in Angola, and in Angola we have indentured servitude. Do you know what that is? That basically
Yes,
in
I know
England,
this.
yeah, yeah. In England, we have something called that's what I'm saying. There's different types of slavery. The Bible condemns any it's Exodus. If any man kidnaps another man and forces him to work against his will, that man will be put to death. That man has to be killed. So the idea that the Bible condones the transatlantic slave trade is out of the window. It
I'm
doesn't.
starting to think. I'm starting to think the solution is just Christianity. The solution podcast.
No, no, bro, I've been saying, bro. I've been
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, I'm offended. I didn't know this. I didn't know how I came here. He used the lover boy method on me. I didn't know this.
know this, bro. How did you not know this, bro?
I'm
I've
joking.
been
I'm
telling
joking.
you this
I'm
for
joking.
so long. But
I'm
the
joking.
thing is, what I'm saying is slavery. A lot of people misunderstand the different types of slavery, what slavery is. That's just like the slavery was a very specific type of slavery.
Mercenary
Yeah,
as
yeah, yeah.
well.
It was a different.
Mercenaries.
It's
Abyssinia and Turks.
yeah. Why don't people? Why? You see, this is how hypocritical people are in the West. Okay, where are you? There's more slaves now.
Mm.
Where are you?
Yeah.
Why always talk about the slavery that happened in the past? And most slavery was actually indentured servitude. Is people, people think they had job centers back then. You know how
Mm.
easy life is today, right? People
Mm.
think
Yeah.
life was that easy back then. No, people used to sell themselves out. They used to say, please, brother, I'll work I'll do whatever you want me around the house. I just need some bread and water. People
That's
would
why
literally,
mercenaries
exactly.
became a
But the
thing.
thing is, but the thing is, they're trying to put all of that into one word, slavery. And when people hear the word slavery, the way the Western world promotes, they think, oh my days, these
Because
people
remember,
were
life was tough back then. Like
exactly.
the people didn't live long, and you like you could like die while giving birth and everything. So
I can
like
hardly
now our
imagine.
survival needs are met.
I can hardly imagine a world without Wi-Fi, man. Can you imagine that? That's slavery right
It's
there.
possible. I would just use a map.
That's
I'll just use a
That's
map.
persecution. Oh my days, persecution. No Wi-Fi. Yeah, barbaric.
Some people will be crying, bro.
Bro,
I would.
but it's so true though. But it's so true.
Yeah.
Think about this, yeah. Think about this. Because the definition of slavery has changed all throughout the times, right? To the point where now people, when they think of slavery, they only think it in one way, shape, or form. Imagine
Yes.
what Hassan is said is actually absolutely right. Imagine if right now the government cut off all Wi-Fi. Me and you guys, first of all, would not be talking right now, right? Remember, I can't go on Google and type bullshit. I can't go on YouTube and spend hours just listening to bullshit. I can't do that no more. People, guys, the corn industry is huge, so you
Yes,
can't
it'll be
go there no more.
gone. Let's go, baby.
Whoa, do you know they will redefine slavery? They will call,
How about like they call off social media? Oh my goodness.
bro. That's it. That is
Yeah, that'd
slavery.
be smart.
They will say, you know what, that is slavery. For you to stop people from interacting with each other, that is slavery. How can you allow people to not interact with each other? This is this is how the definitions can change. This is what I'm trying to say. It depends on the psychology that the people have been engineered to have during that time. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. I grew up in Angola and I saw people literally offering themselves to my father. I'll do anything. Just give me some bread and water, because a lot of people are so spoiled in the West. They don't understand that things like water, right, in the West, we expect water and like and bread and food. We expect that. We expect those things as if it's nothing. This is not the case for most of the world. But for
Most of the world
some
doesn't have
reason,
it.
exactly, for some reason,
Or
people
food.
don't understand that. They don't understand how messed up things really are around the world. And that's because, and this is what I'm saying, this is where the government comes in, and they can influence consciousness. They can influence that because they just spoil you with bullshit. And then you think, yeah, that shouldn't happen. Yeah, go to that country, live there, and see what happens. You're gonna be offering yourself to someone who's got more money than you and begging him, and then someone in the West is gonna be calling it, yo, that's slavery. No, that's just the reality of
They've never been
humanity.
hungry. They've
Is
never
that they've
been
never been
hungry
hungry in their life.
or in civil
Exactly.
war.
But that's just the reality of humanity. Human beings subjugate other human beings in order to get what they want, in order to whether it's survival, whether it's what do you call it, how do you say this, people that just like to be evil.
Sadistic.
True.
Sadistic, whether it's it's all of these things. Human
Psychotic.
beings are exactly, exactly, psychotic. People do evil things, and this is the reality that people don't want to admit. And this is why we are people in the West are so to talk so long. But this is why people in the West are so hypocritical, because I don't see you going out there right now in Sudan talking against slavery. I don't see you guys fighting against slavery or indentured servitude all over Africa. I don't see none of that. Hypocrites, all of them.
Or ignorant.
They're not ignorant. They just love their Wi-Fi too much.
And money.
Yeah, how
Some of
many
them
are
like money too
intelligent?
much.
And how many
Lazy.
people are intelligent to have like this discussion of like slavery? Because if you were to talk to like an average person on the street, I don't think they would even they would just look at you funny. Like the way you discuss like slavery, I don't think they would understand at all.
Yeah, they wouldn't. They no, no,
Yeah.
they wouldn't. But the thing is, when you start showing them the facts, you see, this is what this solution podcast is really all about. It's about, of course, we have to respect the stupid guidelines from YouTube. Even me saying that, I'll probably get cut. Anyways, but at the same time, we have to be raw and blunt about the truth.
Yeah.
And the more we are blunt and raw about the truth, the more we can, like, kind of fight against the brainwashing, the psychological brainwashing. And I'm not saying that people don't know. Everyone knows what they're doing. I don't care how much brainwashing society does on you. You know exactly what you're doing. You
Yeah.
know exactly what you're doing. So stop trying to blame the government all the time or the powers that be all the time. You know exactly what you're doing. You're a hypocrite. You know exactly what you do wrong. You see what I'm saying? So I hold both accountable. But the thing is, we have to what the purpose of this podcast is to stop giving people a way out. It's just like, this is the reality, deal with it. That's it. And they're gonna hate me for it, but I don't care anyway. Hassan knows how I feel.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't
But
care.
you've kind of swayed me on the point that these societies thrive, they survive, they succeed, but they don't survive.
They don't survive.
Yeah, I'm with you there, because they do burn out. And
Yeah.
and a nation with a moral fabric has more longevity.
Yes, they
And,
do.
but it doesn't have power. I don't agree there, because power is acquired ruthlessly and usually through evil means. Every empire confirms this.
And they eventually die out.
They eventually
They eventually
fall.
die. They eventually
Especially
fall.
if it's
Yes.
not empire based on
But
unification and mutual benefit.
But the
Yeah.
moral, the societies with a moral foundation, you say the second was they fall off or they die out, and they rise and they fall. The ones with the moral fabrication usually don't even rise.
Yeah, but the thing is, longevity is everything. Yeah, it's like this. When I look at the persecution of the Christians 300 years before Constantine became emperor.
Yeah.
Right. That's 300 years of persecution. They used to light up the streets with Christian bodies tied up in order for people to be able to walk through the streets. They used to have them in arenas, and they would
They used to feed them to the lions,
to
exactly.
the
Yeah.
lions in order for entertainment. You know how today we watch it on TV, but back then they used to watch it in real life.
Mm.
Yeah, and it was like the emperor was like they were enjoying it as well.
Yeah, they were like,
Yeah.
yeah, kill that nigga. No, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Hey, yeah.
This is I'm so bad. I'm so bad sometimes, but I shouldn't be saying that. That was my fellow Christians, man. You know what I mean? But you know what? That's what happened. But guess what? It stayed on. Even with all that persecution, it stayed on. And this is what I'm saying.
Dude.
And guess
And it's
what
the
happened
most dominant religion in the world, yeah, as you
in
say.
the world
Yeah,
today, right?
but
And look at what happened to the Romans. They eventually became less and less powerful because they became more and more degenerate. And as they became more degenerate, they became more less powerful. And
but
as they became less powerful, Christianity eventually took hold of it.
And they
so
lost to
do
the
you think
Huns.
like Constantine was the first Roman emperor? Like he was basically the first Roman emperor. So do you think he used the religion? Do you think he converted for some advantage? Because I saw a documentary about this, and it said that he didn't really convert to actually believe. He converted for an advantage. So what do you think?
What I think is no one knows what Constantine's true intentions were. What we do know is what happened. Whether he converted on his deathbed, whether he converted, I'll be honest with you, I find it hard to believe that you would convert in your deathbed and yet throughout your life advocate for Christianity to become the main religion in the empire. I find that hard to believe. Usually, what happens with people is I convert and then I change things. So if you're telling me I didn't convert, I just wanted Christianity to become the main powerful religion, and then in my deathbed I convert, that because converting means I believe in something, I believe in it now. So no one knows his true intentions. I don't know Hassan's true intentions. I don't know KD's true intentions. I don't know the bro G1's true intentions. All I can do is follow his actions or your actions and know through your actions what you have done. And what he has done is what he did was he basically decided to in a sense, a bit like Muhammad, ban all the idols, idol worship, and all of that. He said, no, the main religion from now on will be Christianity. Now, can you imagine the pagan Romans at that time? It's like, what? Christianity, what? What are you talking about? Like, there would have been fights, there would have been issues, there would have been situations where
Civil
they were
War.
like, no, I'm not giving up my God, you know what I'm saying, in order for this new God, you know what I mean?
Oh
Just
my
because,
gods, because they had multiple gods.
yeah, they had multiple gods.
And they had
So
civil war. They had civil war. East
they had
versus West.
is
And
exactly
Huns invading.
is
No,
exactly. And Muhammad faced that. He faced people didn't want to accept his message. And you know what I mean? They came at them. You see what I'm saying? And they said, nah, we don't agree with what you're saying. And it makes sense because human beings are not just gonna sit there, lay down, and just accept anything. They're gonna be like, nah, this has guided me throughout my life. You're not gonna come here with your Christian message and tell me I gotta follow this now. So the way I see it is he legal remember his father was completely anti-Christian. He wanted to exterminate the Christians. He was one of the biggest, persecutors of Christianity. So for the fact that he decided to do all of that, I'm thinking that he converted way before. I know what
I
the
think
rumors
his
are.
mother was Christian, if I'm not
Yeah, no, but
mistaken.
but you wasn't allowed to say that you're Christian back then. Like if you said you're Christian, you could say out loud you're Christian. It was punishable by death.
Of
And this
course,
is what,
because they wanted to follow their own religion, like their idol, their paganism religion. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
they,
atheists are pagans as well. But the thing is, what I'm saying is, it's like so that's all that happened really with Constantine. And Constantine was no perfect Christian. Constantine was not a saint. Constantine was not the pinnacle of Christianity. No, he wasn't. He was just someone who believed in it and he wanted that to be the main religion, and he forced his own people. A lot of Christians think Was that right? Should that have should we have accepted Constantine's offer to become the main religion in the Roman Empire? A lot of there's from Catholics to Coptic churches to Orthodox, they still debate this. I still remember talking to
Yeah,
Father.
that's why I asked. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why
yeah.
I asked this
I still
question.
remember. I still remember to speaking to my spiritual director who has passed away in 2016, and he was an amazing. When I say extremely intelligent, I'm talking about Oxford, all of that educated, and he says this is one of the things that theologians debate all the time in the church.
That sounds like an interesting story. You should maybe do an episode about that.
Yeah, yeah, because I've got so much material on it. But he basically turned around and he said, like, he goes that's something that Christians debate whether they should have accepted, the emperor's deal type of thing, to take over and become the main religion, because that comes with its own consequences in itself. But what Constantine did try to do, he did try to unite all the churches all over Judea
Coptic,
or
Orthodox, and
Coptic and all of that, and that's where the
Ethiopian.
Nicaean councils basically came from. It came from him trying to unite all of them and come into one in order to decide and create this one final religion, which was the Catholic Church, the Christian Church.
Mm.
And that's what it was. And then of course there was misunderstanding, but at first they were all united, and then but they're not really that different from each other. The Coptic Church, the Oxford Church, and the Catholic Church, they pretty much believe in the same thing. They just have issues with the idea that the Pope is the true descendant from Peter. But yeah, I don't really think of Constantine that much, because everything that happened in the what do you call it in the councils, it's all been written down. It's all there. People can read it. They literally got all the church leaders that were underground to come forward and basically dispute all these issues. So, and they all came to an agreement, and the agreement is in the creed, and that's it. And that's the creed that if you're a Christian, you believe in that creed. This is why when I look at Mormons and what are they called, Jehovah Witness and all these weirdos and all these
Jehovah Witness and Mormon,
yeah,
boy.
and all these Protestant weirdos, I just look at them like, why are you guys even alive? Like, I don't understand it. Like what they call as
So
well.
should they all be Catholic then?
Sorry?
Should they all
What
be
did they
Catholic?
choose?
They should
Catholic,
either
Orthodox,
they should either be Catholic
Coptic.
or Orthodox or Coptic. If you're neither of this, you're not a Christian. The Protestants,
Says Octavia.
because no, hold on. The Protestants don't have an authority. They don't have a hierarchy. This is why every Tom, Dick, and Harry can go out to what you call a seminar, learn the Bible, learn everything in terms of its history and all of that, and then he can go and create his own weird church down the road that advocates for what you call it, homosexuality. You think you can do that in a Coptic or Catholic or Orthodox church with a hierarchy? Hell no. You would be
I mean, you could if people were accepted it, but
yeah, but the church would excommunicate you. They would basically say to you, you are no longer part of the Orthodox, Catholic, or Coptic church. You can leave now, and you can go and create your own bullshit church on the road.
Well, now the Pope is accepting, like, LGBT and everything. So
Transformers.
No, he didn't. KD, they lying, bro. Basically, what happened was during COVID, remember the Christian church is about helping sinners transform and become Christians and change their ways. If you become a Christian, you're not going to follow, you're not going to be gay.
Same old.
You're not gonna, all of these things. So basically what the Pope did, the Pope offered help to some like these transgenders. Yeah, transformers. That's he basically just helped them out because it was COVID, they didn't have no work. He helped them out. So he
sorry to interrupt. I just saw there's somebody in the chat, Mark Smith.
Mark, let's talk about Muhammad, man.
Ha.
Bro, I'm happy to talk about Muhammad. You know, Hassan knows all about Muhammad. He probably knows more than I do.
This
Hassan,
is Prophet Muhammad.
oh, sorry. Hassan, I'm not a
Yes.
Muslim. I need
No,
to,
no,
you know,
no. No,
Hassan,
I'm confused. I'm confused.
Hassan
When you
sees
say
my beard.
Muhammad,
Hassan sees my beard and he thinks I'm Muslim. That's
I know you're not. I know you're not.
Bro,
Yeah, I used to think you were Muslim when I first started watching. Yeah.
yeah, you did it. Yeah. I love
Yeah, I
hitting.
thought, oh, I thought you were all Muslim.
Yeah, I love
bro, my
hitting them.
father
Yeah,
has
Reality.
beard. My father
I'm not
have
gonna.
beard.
That's a start.
And my
I'm not gonna
uncle.
lie. I'm not gonna lie. I love the love I get from Muslims, bro. When they see the beard, they know, yo, that's strong right there. You know, Hassan, you need to
Yeah.
grow yours, bro.
You haven't seen it. You haven't seen it grown, man. It looks horrible. It does not as
I
nice as
don't know if I
yours.
can grow beard.
But yeah, what do you call it? Yeah. So yeah, I can talk about Muhammad all day, bro. I'm not Muslim, so I disagree with
Yeah.
what Muhammad taught, what Muhammad
What
preached.
part though?
Hmm?
Like what
Oh, there's
part? What
the
part?
denial of crucifixion. That's one of them.
I think that'll
There's
be number one.
yeah, is that like to deny crucifixion? It's like you're denying
Okay, I don't
something
agree with that.
that's centered around what do you call it?
I agree with disagreement with
The Christian
crucifixion.
faith. So there's many things we can deny, but the thing is, when I look at the Catholic Church, like look, Hassan did not
Yep.
come under attack by loads of Muslims.
Oh yeah.
Mark Smith says Mo was a gangster and a pedophile. Don't be confused, man. Mark Smith, you're too much. Yeah, Mohammed Hassan knows this, and Christians usually bring that up. That Mohammed slept with married a woman and consummated the marriage when she was 9 and so on. And Muslims have their arguments for it. Of course, we don't accept it, but it is what it is, man. And Muhammad was involved in wars and so on and so forth. But it is what it is. We you know they have their reasoning for it, you know, like as we have our reasoning for it. You see what I'm saying? Like so that there's difference there. But I do but yeah, these are the
Yeah, but
differences.
in those wars, from what I studied, he was never like the aggressor. In fact, I think even in one of the wars, he got his tooth like smashed out. So really, he was like persecuted a lot. Well, from what I studied.
Well, Hassan, you want to expand on this?
I know enough not to speak about it while on a midnight coffee. I'd rather have somebody that represents the faith a lot better. I don't want to misrepresent. Yeah.
Okay. 86 wars in the space of 9 months. Whoa.
Look,
Yes, I
see,
heard about this.
Mark studied up. Yeah. It seems.
Yeah.
But
Mark is agitating the thing.
yeah.
Bro, I've heard
But-
about this. The 86 wars in 9 months.
Yeah, but Mohammed was also yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree with the idea that he was not an aggressor. I don't agree with that. I think that's literally impossible to even accomplish. But were there Quraysh tribes that did try to go against Muhammad? Yeah, of course there was.
Well, they would have tried to kill each other. Tribe versus
Sorry?
tribe. Tribe versus tribe. Clanship versus clanship. They would have tried to.
Of course, yeah. He was also a state leader. Don't forget that.
So yeah, I'm just gonna slightly close this door to hell before we go off track. I agree with you. Secularism is won't survive without a moral
religion,
foundation.
it doesn't
Yeah,
work.
yeah. Without a moral foundation, it burns itself out very quickly. You're right.
Yeah, because and hold on, Hassan. I have to ask you this question,
Go ahead.
bro. Because I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Islam does not agree with the concept of what do you call it? original sin, does it?
I don't think so. No,
Okay.
I would have. I
So
would have. Yeah.
if please explain it to me, bro.
Go ahead.
Sorry for the burp. Please explain it to me, bro. Yeah.
Mm.
If what do you call it? If how do I put this? How do I put this? Secularism is basically without religion, right? Without God, without all of that, right?
Yeah,
Just
it's the separation of
it's,
church and state. Or something.
that's it
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So if secularism burns itself or
Mhm.
self-destructs without God, then doesn't that mean that human beings are born with a sinful nature?
That's a philosophical argument. So you have in the verse in the Quran that where again, I'm just giving my interpretation. I know less about Islam than you know about Christianity, and I know less. I have less knowledge than you in most cases. So you're asking a question that I may not be prepared to answer, but I'll try my best.
Mm.
So you have in the Quran the verse where the devil and God are debating, or or the devil is stating how humanity will go astray, and he'll say they will worship each other, they will not worship you, they will be ungrateful, so on and so on and so on, and that they will even worship each other and whatever. And then God responds with, they will go astray. Or I have to get the verse up. And that by the majority, the verse, as far as I remember, I have to get the verse. By the majority, they will go astray, and they will do evil. So the majority of mankind, not maybe by their nature, I don't know, because you have the fitra, the natural inclination towards morality, that when it's called to, one would incline to it. And if they deny it, they're pretty much denying their own moral foundation. But free will does allow, in with enough with limited guidance, immorality to prosper. Yes, but I wouldn't say by their nature. No.
I need no more. No. So, Hassan, come
Yeah.
on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Hassan. I know you're one of the most logical brothers I've ever met in my life. Hassan, come on, bro. Think of how if human beings without God, right,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
lead themselves. Look at Islam, how long it has survived for.
mm-hmm,
That's because of the belief in God. Imagine if that belief in God wasn't there.
mm-hmm.
They would self-destruct.
The
It
belief
would
in
be
God
in the
is always
ground.
there. The belief in God is always there in every human being. When push comes to shove, when death is at its door, even Christopher Hitchens, I think it's Christopher Hitchens or Richard Dawkins, you know, one of those famous atheists. I think it's Richard Dawkins, the biologist that says we come from apes or whatever. You know the one I'm talking about, right? He
Yeah.
said he doesn't believe in God. He's committed his life to disbelieving Christianity, disbelieving Islam, promoting atheism, promoting that we all come from monkeys or whatever it may be, and religion
Monkey
is
man.
Did you
barbaric.
did you
Yeah,
watch
religion.
that debate he
Let me
did in
just,
Oxford?
no, I didn't watch it. Let me just finish this point. It's a very important point. His friend on Joe Rogan. This is you can see the clip. I'll send you the clip. Hopefully, Octavia. Brian Greene was. They were both going to. Brian Greene's a scientist. They were going to a cottage or something like this. They were visiting somewhere, and he said Brian said to him that this building they were going to is said to be haunted.
Mm.
It's a rumor. And Richard said, I don't go into buildings that are haunted. It makes me feel uncomfortable. They're said to be haunted. Right. This is a guy that doesn't believe in the afterlife, doesn't believe in spirits, doesn't believe in God, goes out of his way and commits his life to arguing against the existence of the supernatural. But when he hears a building is said to be haunted, he shies away from it. All right. So no matter how committed you are to disbelief, the idea of disbelief, the human condition is always aware of the supernatural, the unseen, that we came from somewhere, and the fear of death. So the argument that
That
it's
instinct.
sinful, yeah, that instinct. Human beings, by their nature, can commit sin, right? Accepted. To be alive or to be human is to commit sin to a certain point, right? Give a human being enough of a lifespan, he will commit a sin. He will lash out in anger, or whatever it may be. But to have an immoral foundation, no.
Mm. But if a human, if the human nature is capable of committing sin, then that means it has the capacity for it.
Yes.
If if it has the capacity for it, then that implies that it has a sinful nature.
A cup, a glass cup, but because it's made of glass, by its nature, it's fragile, and it's how can I say, it's inevitable that it will break, right? Glass is fragile by its nature. It's
Yeah.
you crack it at one point. It's the fate of glass to break in most cases, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that every glass will shatter, self-destruct immediately.
Can God
It-
break?
let me I'll answer that question in a second. So that's why, even though glass is fragile, it still has utility. Even though the human being can commit evil, they still have good in them and potential for good,
Mm.
right? So you get my point. You can have society eventually guide. Limit is immorality, right? That's why humanity as a whole has survived, whatever their fate is, and thrive and succeed, whether they be secular in some pockets, demonic in others, faithful in many, right? So it can happen, but it doesn't always happen, and it doesn't always happen to a self-destructive point. Is God fragile? Was that your question?
No. The question is God capable of sin?
Is God capable of sin? God is capable of everything.
Of everything, right?
Yeah.
But does God sin?
Does God sin?
Yeah.
No. No.
Does human sins?
Yeah.
Do human sin? So we can, just from that alone, we can deduct that human beings have the capacity to sin, whereas God doesn't.
God has a capacity to sin. Yeah.
But he chooses not to, right?
Yes. Yes. He's the most
He
just.
chooses not to. But
Yes.
why do human beings choose to sin?
Free will.
Yeah, free will. But the thing is, the fact still remains that God doesn't sin.
Yes.
Human beings do.
Yes.
If God sinned, then he
Yes.
wouldn't be God anymore, would he?
Not necessarily. God would always be God.
No, if he doesn't, if he sins, then what
Yes.
would he be? Wouldn't he be the devil?
No. No. He wouldn't be the devil. God, by definition, is the creator, the one who's not created, right? The ever living, the never dying, the all powerful, the all knowing, right? The all capable.
Is
Right.
he all good?
Is he all good? Yeah, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I wouldn't have to. I'd have to script. I don't have the verse to hand, but yeah.
No, it's not
Because
your opinion. It's is he or is he not?
in my opinion, yes, and I'm very precise by stating it as my opinion, because whatever I say, if it does not relate back to the scripture, if I don't describe God by the way He describes Himself, it's my opinion, right?
I respect that.
Could I find a verse saying that God is all good? Absolutely, I feel confident I could. I just don't have it to hand. To me, when it comes to scripture, it's a lie if there isn't a reference.
No, I completely respect that. Because what you're basically saying is I don't know everything, and
Yeah.
from what I do know,
Yeah.
this is what your opinion basically is, and someone can come through and correct it at any point given time. I
Yes.
absolutely understand that. But what I'm basically saying is when I look,
Yes.
when I look at human beings, even from a very young age, we are
Yes.
capable of sin.
Yes.
We sin all the time.
Yes.
We break God's law all the time. So that leads me, even when I look at all the problems in the world, it
Yes.
all can be boiled down to the seven deadliest sins.
Yes.
When I say the seven deadliest sins, I'm talking about greed, wrath. When I'm talking about envy, I'm talking about lust, I'm talking about pride, I'm
Yeah.
talking about all of these things. You can boil down every single injustice.
Sounds like a fun night.
Is no, I'm no longer living that lifestyle. Please encourage me.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Please, please
Humor.
encourage me, brother. Man.
Mark gets it. Mark gets it. Yeah.
Because to indulge in those things, are basically, well, it's wrong first of all. But to indulge in those things, if I'm capable of indulging those things, and
Yes.
I'm not just I'm easily able, or I
Yeah.
do it instinctively. When I look at my
Yeah.
children, I'm not gonna lie, my children are selfish.
Yeah.
They're selfish. They want what they want.
Sure.
Do you know if I was to wake them up right now, they'll tell
Yeah.
you what the seven deadly sins are?
Yeah. I believe.
I just had my son accuse his sister, yeah, I said, who put all that toilet paper in the sink in the bathroom? And you know, my son said, Melina did it. And Melina said, no,
Yeah.
I didn't do it. I said, well, it wasn't mommy, it wasn't the baby, and it definitely wasn't me, daddy. So who was it? And they were both tried
Blaming
to
each other.
blaming each other. Bro, it's nature. Instinctively, we have the nature to do.
It's. I can answer that
Do
question.
you know
Whichever one's pro-Palestine is the one that's telling the truth.
do you know what Richard Dawkins said?
What?
Richard Dawkins. He
Yeah, what
said
did he say?
if you bring up your child Christian or any religion, you're basically it's worse than
He
it's
said it
worse
child
than
abuse.
abuse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
That
child abuse. Yeah.
that interview he did with
What did he
Mehdi
say? What did
Hassan.
he
Yeah,
say? What did
He
Richard
said
do?
he
giving them. I think it's teaching them about heaven and hell, and if they commit sin, they'll go to
yeah.
hell. It's child
Or
abuse.
any
Yeah,
religion. Yeah,
yeah.
I tell my
What?
children all the time, if they don't obey God, they're gonna go to hell.
Yeah, that by
and
him, by his
Richard
definition.
Dawkins.
That
Yeah,
is
child abuse.
Yeah, and
lie.
Richard Dawkins says that's child abuse.
Huh? I think
This
I,
Richard
bad
Dawkins says
religion.
that's child
I
abuse.
think teaching kids that a boy can be a girl and a girl can be a boy. I think that's child abuse. I think
I agree.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
so me personally, I'm sorry to say this.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm not actually sorry. I'll be honest with you. I'm not even sorry one bit.
Yeah.
I teach my children all the time. Sin leads to hell. Don't think God is
Yeah.
this nice person. God is justice. As much as he's capable of mercy, he's also capable of justice. Forget capable. God is justice. God is merciful, which basically means if you decided to indulge in killing people, yeah, if you decide to indulge in all the seven deadly sins, expect hell. Yeah, there's no two ways about it. We're not dealing with reincarnation here. You're not going to reincarnate and become
A
A
butterfly.
tortoise. Turtle.
a butterfly. You're not going to do any of that. You're not gonna do it and live the perfect existence and come back as as Jesus Christ and be this perfect, because the whole idea is that you become a better and better person, whatever, and then you go back to being an animal. No, God will send you straight to hell. There's no talking. There's no ifs and buts. You're going straight to hell. And I teach my children that very much, and I'm proud of saying that, because they need to understand that there is consequences of doing wrong. The problem with most people today is they think they can do wrong without there being any consequences at all. And anyone who thinks that way, they're misleading people. If there's consequences
I
in the
think I think you might be assuming a bit too much there.
hold on, let me just finish the last point. If
Sure.
if there's consequences, if I go too fast on the motorway,
Mhm.
and I go, the judge isn't going to sit there and think, you know what, Octavio, you're a nice guy. I'm going to allow you this one. No, he's going to punish me. Just if there's consequences in the natural world, in the physical world, do you really think God that there is no consequences in the spiritual world?
That
The one that
that
creates the physical?
you're certain that people believe there are consequences
Yes,
for their actions?
bro. Every wrong that I've done in my life, I up to a certain degree or extent, I literally
I know
pay.
you believe that, but you're saying people in society don't believe that there's such that there are
Yeah, because
consequences for
most
their
people are
actions.
godless. That's why.
Y-
Yeah,
Like
no,
most
no,
people
most
don't
people,
believe.
They
yeah,
do believe their actions. They do believe their
they
actions have
don't,
consequences.
Hassan, they
They
don't.
do. They
They don't.
do.
Or they don't care.
They do.
They don't care.
They
Okay,
They
they
don't.
let-
they
Or
still
they
care.
don't
It's just
care.
they don't believe the consequences come in the afterlife. They don't think immorality is a sin. They think being how can I say
Well, first of all, they don't even believe in the afterlife.
misgendering people, that's offensive. Giving people their wrong pronouns, that's a sin, right?
okay,
The morality's changed. The idea of consequences haven't.
let me ask one question, Hassan.
Go.
Um, if women believed in consequences, why is there 72 million abortions each year?
Yeah, they do believe in consequences. We agree.
No, no, no. If they believed in consequences,
They
Why?
believe
Hold on.
they believe
Why?
in worldly consequences, not afterlife consequences.
No. Why is it
Yeah.
that they don't accept the consequences of their actions, which is I had sex, I engaged in promiscuity, I had sex with a man that I didn't marry, I didn't what and whatnot, and now I got pregnant,
Yeah.
and so what they do is instead of facing the consequences of the child, what
Yeah.
they do is they go in and murder the child.
Yeah.
So my thing is
Yeah.
is
They don't believe in consequences.
bro, if you believe in
Their their
consequences,
They run
their
away.
moral judgment, their moral values are just different to yours. The consequences they don't want to face, or the punishment that they're worried about, is leaving the workforce and having stopping their career short because they have to look after a child. That's the fear that they have, not the fear of God, and not fear of killing a baby in the womb.
I see what you're saying. I see what
Yeah,
you're saying.
That means
So
they
what
the
you're
run
saying,
from
morality is
that
trained.
consequence.
The
They
goalposts, they're just
recognize.
they're just playing basketball with a football, and
yeah.
they just
What
change
you
the
say,
rule. They're
yeah,
still
what you
playing the game. Yeah,
yeah, what you're saying is basically they no longer have fear for the afterlife. They
yeah,
just have fear for
this one.
example, I'm not gonna be able to have more sex with different guys. I'm not
Yes,
gonna be able to go to more clubs and be more degenerate. I'm
yes.
not gonna be able to hurt more people. You see what I'm saying? So guess
Selfish.
what?
Wouldn't
Yeah,
it be interesting? Wouldn't it be interesting if women walked
We.
around with the aborted fetuses of all the children that they aborted, just following them
Yeah.
around? It would be weird. You see a woman, she'll have 7 kids stand just following her around, just screaming, "Why did you kill me?
why
Ah, why did you?" Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
yo, Hassan, do you
You wouldn't
know
even speak to that person. But get out of here, man. You should
yo,
have.
Now
Andrew
I'll
Tate?
be praying for the kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Andrew Tate said if they had their
Andrew
body
Tate,
count on their forehead, yeah,
that's it.
then
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
I heard that.
yeah,
Yeah,
That was so perfect because what he said
yeah,
was,
yeah,
look, listen, it would be imagine if every girl
yeah,
walked around
yeah,
with their body counts in their forehead,
yeah.
then the world would be a better place.
It would be.
So if
but it'd be a
everybody had
better
the
place for
eyesight
them.
to see the
it'd be
number.
the body count would be a trophy though, to be honest with you, because it means like they find each other. Because some women say, I don't want a man that has a low body count. I want a man that has a lot of experience and
Yeah, because then they
essentially
be
as
singly
essentially
attracted
as
to them.
degenerate as them. So I think he's wrong on that. Yeah,
Yeah, hold on, guys. Hold on,
the
guys.
body count's a bit of a trophy now.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on, guys. Hassan, stay there. Yeah.
Yeah,
I just want to acknowledge Mark Smith, even though Mark Smith is going at the Muslims. Hey,
yeah.
listen, Mark Smith, the Muslims have gone at me. They said Jesus is not God. Jesus is blah blah blah. How can he come out of a vagina? All of that. I've
And
heard all.
and that's offensive. They should be more polite to them.
No. That's not offensive. It's
Okay.
okay. I'm okay. Listen, offend me. Offend me. I'm okay
Please
with
don't offend him, guys.
that. So of course, Mark Smith has every right to state his opinion. He goes,
I'm glad
nah,
he did it
bro, don't
politely.
change the topic. But we're gonna go back to the topic that we were talking about. I'm interested in that. Nah, bro, don't change the topic. Let's talk about Mo. Nah, bro, don't change the topic. Let's talk about Mo and his fake revelations. He's obviously doesn't like Islam. Listen,
Yeah.
Adam and Eve committed in sin, and we came from them, so the sin still remains, which is true. That is very true, Mark Smith. Adam and Eve committed a
Fake
sin,
news.
and since they committed that sin, they were expelled from the Garden of Eden. So therefore, we are the
Okay.
descendants of Adam and Eve, which means we inherited the sinful nature that Adam and Eve committed. You are absolutely right, Mark Smith.
So
And
let
then
me ask this.
hold on,
Can
hold
I
on,
ask
hold on,
this? Like,
hold on, KD, hold on, KD. I'm gonna kill you on that topic as well. The last one is Hajar Aswad, the black stone Aswad, black vagina in Kaaba in memory of Abraham, mistress Hagar, who as a Negro, this is kissed by Hajis. Wow.
Wait, what?
Where are
Okay.
you seeing this? Where are you seeing this? I can't see it.
It's all in the chat. It's all in
Oh,
the chat.
oh.
Mark Smith's is just been going at it. Yeah, KD, go ahead. What was the question? Sorry.
so I was gonna ask. This might be a tough one, but like, all like the disabled kids. Like, do you think like their parents are getting punished by God, or Like,
No,
what do you
no,
think?
no, 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 no. We live in a
No.
Like the
fallen
disabled
world.
kids being born to their parents.
Yeah, yeah, no, no. We live in a fallen world, bro. Which basically means is ever since Adam and Eve sinned, ever since Adam and Eve were thrown out of the Garden of Eden, we had to remember Adam and Eve. Yeah, according if the story is true, yeah, according to and I believe it is true, of course. According to the story, they had eternity. They were in the Garden of Eden. They had eternity, bro. They didn't die, they didn't get sick, they didn't do all of that. So as soon as they sin, this is what I'm saying about the consequences of sin. Sin sin destroys, it causes destruction. This is why important for people to take sin seriously. Sin is really bad. So after they got thrown out of the Garden of Eden, we inherited the problems that came with that. So God basically said, since you don't want to be with me, you know what, there you go. This is
Depart.
the world this is the world that comes with sin. And the world that comes with sin is one where your child can be born disabled, where a human being can just come and kill you, where you can get a disease, you can get all these problems, you will die. You will die and face judgment. These are the things that we inherit. It's not because someone did something wrong or any of that. That is all that shit. Sorry. All that is BS, absolute BS about your parents did this. No, 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 no. God judges you according to your actions, not according to what your parents did. Your parents might what the wrong that your parents have done is they've influenced you in the wrong path, in the wrong way. That's it. But you can come out of that. You can come out of that. You can come out of all these what do you call it, like wherever your parents influenced you with, you can come out of those issues. You see what I'm saying? You can convert. Otherwise, I know loads of people that one of my best friends, Laurie, he was Christian. Well, he wasn't really Christian, he wasn't really practicing, but he converted to Islam and he's been a Muslim ever since, you know.
Oh, it take you. He might
How
have
do
been
you
one of
feel
the most
about that?
devout Christians. He might have been he was he a priest and then he left.
Yeah, he converted to Islam, and right now he's not happy with me with my
You're trying
opinions
to
about
convert him back.
masculinity. Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, what I'm saying, it got nothing to do with what your parents did. Your parents will have will not help you in the long run because of the bad influences, but it doesn't mean you can't change your mind and convert and become a whole different person. Do you see what I'm saying? So it ain't got nothing to do. God is not punishing you for that. You are your own person.
Yeah.
So what do you reckon, guys? We had a good discussion or what?
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. It was really. I thought it was good.
Listen,
No
KD, the bra OG1, stop with the shite. Yo, from now on, I want to see you guys jumping in, bro. I'm telling you. Of course, if you feel
Wait,
like it, of
so
course.
if everyone came from Adam and Eve,
Yeah.
technically every human shares a forefather or more.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So if people are racist, they're dumb.
Yes.
They're being racist to their relative. And it
Yeah.
could be
Yeah.
like 24 fathers
Yeah.
plus.
There's an old Bedouin expression. I think Gaddafi used to say this, or well, it's a Bedouin expression. Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So it's the expression goes, me and my brother against my cousin, and me and my brother and my cousin against the stranger. And this pretty much
Wow.
sums up, yeah. And this pretty much sums up the human condition. It's degrees of separation. Because if you have a ethnically and racially and morally and religiously homogeneous society, that means everybody's the same religion, everybody's the same race, everybody's the same culture. They're gonna
Facts.
find ways to fight each other and to you're this sect and you're that sect. You're that village and I'm this village. You have this style of whatever and I have that style of whatever, and people will just find ways to split hairs.
Because
Yeah.
we're tribal by nature. Like we just have it in us. Like we just like
Yes.
tribalism. So it's
And
like
how much is
people
that?
just
How much?
believe.
And how much is that the devil? How much is it the devil poking and prodding people and inviting people to? Well, as I would say, as a Muslim, I wouldn't put the burden completely on humanity. I would say, of course, we've got the evil within us, but in some cases, we're nudged towards it, invited to it, encouraged towards it. We're not on our own on this path on this earth. I would say that from a Muslim perspective.
I agree. I agree. I did a reaction to a Jewish guy who said, "Why are we the greatest people?" And then he gave he gave this list, and I got so angry at that video.
Okay.
People saying, "What?
Bro, Samad,
What did you
my
just say?"
relative, bro. This guy joke.
Yeah, bro, because he was
Um,
making
yeah,
himself look
Jew.
like he's superior or something. And
Mm.
I said, no. I was just like, first of all, I asked him, I said, go and read your own scriptures.
So,
Your own scriptures tell you that all humanity came from Adam and Eve. So you're not superior, you're not special. And the reason why God chose you he chose you as a vehicle to bring salvation into the world. And anyone who reads the Torah and actually reads what happened, God is very God. Do you know how many times God is literally attacking the Jews?
a lot.
Do you know how many times God tells the Jews, he calls them a stiff-necked people that will not listen? Yeah.
I mean, is that why anti-Semitism exists? Because
Anti-Semitism was
Jews
created
think.
by you, and anti-Semitism was created by Europe.
Europeans. That's
It
why
was bullshit.
was the guy who said that Jewish and Hebrew superior, was he like Ashkenazi or Sephardic Jew from like his ancestors from Europe?
I don't know.
Because if
But
he is, his mind is colonized, the European colonized mindset.
yeah, exactly. And I was thinking he probably follows the Talmud, not the Torah, because if you follow the Torah, you know that if you came from Adam and Eve, you know that there's none of you are special. No one is special. Yes, God had to use a people in order to bring salvation to the world, but just because He used you, it doesn't make you special. In
And it's the
fact,
most oppressed people as well at the time.
it's the most
Exactly.
oppressed people. Yeah, exactly. It's the most oppressed people.
Slaves.
Exactly. Do you know how many times there's a book in the Bible in the Old Testament called the Judges, where they are basically being judged. Yeah. The Jews are basically being judged for disobeying God consistently and all the time. And God is allowing them to be killed. God is allowing them to not win wars. God is allowing them all of these things. You see what I'm saying? So when he calls himself special, I'm like, bro, that is so
We're
anti-Torah.
delusional.
Huh?
Because he delusional because he shares like lineage from 25,000 years ago with Samaritans down the street.
Yeah. But the thing is, remember, the Jews, like the Muslims, like most of these religions, they believe that their ideology starts with the beginning of time. So the Jews believe that everything started with God, and God created Adam and Eve, and there was no one else on earth. And don't forget one another thing, the Browdy one. According, you guys can type this right now. How long human recorded history? How long is that?
10,000 years, maybe.
Huh?
No, I think
How
it's
long?
10,000.
6,000.
How long? Go on. I want to hear it from everyone. How long is the human recorded history?
I want
Recorded
to say 10.
history, I think it's 6,000.
Uh,
Let me think.
oh, what do you think, the Browdy one?
The Earth has been, well, the galaxy has been longer than humans.
No. I'm talking about human recorded history. How long?
Recorded, pen and paper. Let me think.
No. Human recorded history. I'm talking about when
Yes,
human recorded the actual history.
3,000, I guess, 3,000.
Okay,
No, not
13,000 years.
3,000.
Okay, Hassan
Um,
says 10. Sorry,
20,000.
20,000 years. Hassan says 10,000 years. And KD says what do you call it? KD says
6,000.
6,000 years. KD is actually right. Human recorded
6,000.
history is 5,000 years.
Okay.
Oh, I got it correct. But I think like 1,500 years ago.
Yeah, so what I'm basically saying is human recorded history is actually 5,000 years, which means anything else is human speculation. This is how long we know humans to have lived on Earth. Anything else is that stupid evolution theory that tells us we came from monkeys. Who among you believes you came from monkeys, by the way? Before we finish the live, who
No.
among you believes you came from monkeys?
I think I used to believe, but I don't think so. No.
I never believed it. I thought it was blasphemy. I believe like 5,000, 10,000 years humans written.
Hassan, don't tell me you believed in it.
Do you think I believe in it? You're suspicious of me, innit? You think I'm some undercover hypocrite or something?
Secularist.
No, I'm Muslim.
Pretending to be Muslim.
No, I'm Muslim.
No,
Never
no, no,
believed
no.
it.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say, guys. This is what I'm trying to say. It's the facts say one thing and human speculation. Evolution, I'm sorry, because of the idea of evolution, this is where we came, millions of years. This is how we came up, how we came to those conclusions, millions of years, 10,000, 14, 50,000 of years. This is how people came to those conclusions, basically. Do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's basically what it is. And yeah, bro, man, I'm sorry to say this, but the earth, human recorded history is only 5,000 years. And when we look at the Bible and we trace it back, it only goes back to 5,000 years. Sorry, actually 6,000 years. It goes back to 6,000 years. Sorry, I apologize. Actually 6,000 years. So yeah, that's the situation. It's up to people what they want to believe in, but science says that human history only goes back to 5,000 years. That's it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. But I don't think humans like beyond that. I think like they were just Neanderthals, weren't they? They weren't like us, so I don't know.
They want what? Say that again.
They weren't Homo sapiens. Like they were Neanderthals.
They
Like
they
before 6,000 years.
they create what you call it, Neanderthals today. When I look at how the Western culture has become, they've already created Neanderthals. They create Neanderthals, just dumb idiots, addicted by their lustful behavior, by absolutely indoctrinated by every stupid desire that they feel and think. This is why pedophilia will be legal one of these days, man. You know what I mean?
People
So
watch
Say
TikTok.
again?
Yeah, I agree. It will be.
What's illegal?
pedophilia will be legal, bro.
Oh, okay.
The Western world will legalize pedophilia. Like that's
Yeah, just
coming.
like in Roman times.
Yeah, just like the Roman
Mm.
times, just like the Greek times, just like the Egyptian times. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna lead, just like back in Canaanite times and all of that type. And certain Jews practiced it as well. Just like all of that. You know what I mean? That's all gonna become legalized in the West. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to create the new religion, and this new religion is trying to get people to freely accept every degeneracy that they promote in society. But yeah, guys, listen, we can go on forever talking about this. But I just want to say that you guys were amazing. I think this is one of the best ever lives. What do you think, Hassan? What do you think, Katie? What do you think, the bro? Do you want?
One of the best. It was good. It was good.
It's good.
And I don't know. I've got just one more question. Like, so do you think this is the end of times?
No,
No.
It's coming. It's coming. This is definitely the beginning. Well, I don't know Hassan. The scripture is different from me, from mine. But according to us, the end of times will come when, like, put it this way, most Christians will be annihilated. And the world will become literally unbearable to live in.
You
So
seeing signs of that now?
sorry, no,
You're seeing
no,
signs. Okay.
no.
Oh, it's too early.
Right now, like even the Bible talks about, yeah, there's going to be wars, there's going to be all of these type of things, but that's not when the end will come.
Mm.
The end will come with, of course, the Antichrist and so on, and the world will basically become so anti-Christian, so evil. Remember how it was in Sodom and Gomorrah, and before the flood came, it will become worse than that, and that's when the end will come, and then that will be it. It will be done. You know what I
So,
mean?
you don't think the end times are near?
No, the end times are definitely near. I never
Okay.
said that, but is it going to
Okay.
come immediately in my generation? No, I say in the next. I would say in the next fourth
Couple
generation.
generations.
Yeah, a couple generations. It's definitely not
How
going to
many
come.
years would you say?
Um, well, each generation is what people die at, what, 70, 60
Mhm.
these days. I don't know. So yeah, just do the math for 5 generations from that. Because remember, they've already
300
legalized.
years.
Yeah, they've already legalized a
500.
lot of the degeneracy that they want to promote, not just in the Western world, but all over the world. They've already done that. So that will basically, you know what I mean? Like that's the entire, what do you call it? That's the foundation. So they already built everything you've seen in the Western world. That's the foundation for what will bring about the end of the world. But it's not what they
Okay.
do. It's not what they doing that will bring about the end of the world. The end of the world, the time has already been appointed by God. God has already appointed the time. It's just that the devil is working double time to trying to convert as many people to follow him instead of God. That's all it is.
Or like Doja Cat. You got criticized.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
bro,
Exposed.
they're so blatant. They're not even lying. They're so blatant about it. They're not
It's
even
so
hiding.
obvious. People are disgusted.
Most of the celebrities have just like caved in. Like some of the celebrities, they just blindly support those things.
Or
Bro, they're
Lil
not even
Uzi
lying.
being called out by Holy Gabbana and all.
They're not even hiding it. I mean, come on, guys. They're not even hiding it, man. Like every degeneracy that
Yeah.
I've seen from the Bible that they condemn, yeah,
Lil
that the Bible
Uzi be like,
condemns, they're practicing it. They're literally practicing it. So, but yeah, guys, listen, I need to get some sleep. I'm gonna wake up early and drive the family home tomorrow, back to London, that evil place. I wish I could stay. I wish I could stay out here in Bath City. You know what I mean? Like now, I have to go back to London. But first of all, I just want to Mark Smith, you are something else. But I want to listen. We welcome everyone, regardless of how you feel about any religion, how you feel about anything at all. You understand? So, Mark Smith, let me just quickly read your comments. How was no. Okay, okay, I read that. Read that. Oh, where did Mo come from? Then there is no scripts about the Quran. There is scripts about the Quran, bro, and we got more than 1,500 scripts about Jesus. Yes, we got over 5,800 scripts on the New Testament. The evidence of the black stone is in the cupboard itself. You lot need to learn about your own religion, man. Yunus 94. If you are in doubt concerning what we have revealed to you, then ask those who have been reading the book before you. It is the truth that has come to you from your Lord. So never the Quran, and Hassan, correct me if I'm wrong, the Quran does mention about the people of the book. Um,
Yeah.
become one of those who doubt. Ha ha ha. Man said 10,000 years, 6,000 years, 6,000. You're correct. Are you practicing takia, main? This guy are just guessing, laughing my ass off. No one cares why you believe. Are we talking about facts or what we feel? Laughing my ass off. Man said Homo sapiens, laughing at what the F, people back in the days had more knowledge than us today. Welcome to Mark's. Listen, this is the internet, guys.
Yeah.
You gotta,
He say he said, "Are you practicing tequila?" I think Mark is a bit. He's on that speaker's corner tip.
yeah, yeah.
A bit much.
Oh,
Take it easy, man. Relax, man. I'm not a debater, man.
but the thing is, what I'm saying is, this is the internet. This is what they do. This is what we do. And I'm sorry to say, look, I'm just trying to create a platform where people can have a free, and hopefully change minds and change hearts. You know what I mean? So, this is why I have Muslims. This is why I have atheists. This is how I have every people from every belief system. You know what I mean? And I think that's the only way we can progress as a people, if we keep having these intelligent discussions. And I think it's better than Speaker's Corner to me,
Mm.
where they fight and they beat each other up.
They be slapping each other.
Exactly, bro. They do all types of nonsense, man. I just hope that's, to me, that's not what it's about. I think it's what we've done right here. This is historical. You know what I mean? KD, you're not a Christian, are you?
No, no. I grew up Hindu, but I don't believe in like the idols and everything. So
Like Krishna
like I'm
and
trying to, yeah, I'm trying to choose between like Islam or Christianity because
Go
I
Christianity.
believe.
Go
Go
Christianity.
Islam, man.
Go
Zero idols,
Christianity.
bro.
Go
Zero
Christianity.
idols, man. There's no intercessor, man. Come through, man.
Your bro owed you one. Are you? Do you follow any religion?
what?
What do you follow? What do you follow? What's your belief?
Christianity, bro. I read
Christianity.
this
My
and
God.
Torah and
Yes.
Orthodox. That's why
Damn.
I be reading
Oh
it, bro.
no. Yes. Yes, bro. Oh, hold on a second, guys. Don't go yet. Is the Trinity validation for Jesus? Project VOD Pod. He recently, I've read his comment, and he joined as a subscriber. He also has a podcast. Yo, Project VO Pod, we need to work together, bro. Is the Trinity validation for Jesus and the Holy Spirit to being God? Absolutely. According to our belief, we see the Trinity all throughout the scriptures, from the Torah, from Genesis all the way up to Revelation. We see the Trinity all over the scriptures. So is the Trinity validation for Jesus and the Holy Spirit to being God? If you mean, is Jesus part of the Trinity? Yes. Is the Holy Spirit part of the Trinity? Yes. Um, do we believe in one God? Yes. But are they three distinct persons within that one God, but they all share one essence, which is what we call one God? Absolutely. So that is the concept. And this is not something that we are making up or whatever. This is something that we see, we accept the revelation as it is revealed. And this is the revelation that we see in the scriptures, and we bow down to that revelation. We accept that revelation. So that is it. Because can I ask anyone a question, guys? Do any one of you understand God?
Understand God.
Yeah.
We know Him through His words.
Do you understand the depths of God?
Do I understand the depth? I only know about God what He says about Himself. That's what I would
There,
say.
there you
Exactly.
go.
No human can fully comprehend. Like the human mind cannot
Absolutely, I completely agree with what you guys are saying.
fully comprehend
Uh,
Almighty.
yeah, you cannot comprehend God. You don't know the depths of God. You don't know what you, and Hassan is absolutely right. You can only accept what God has revealed, and that is it, and what you know about God. So of course Hassan comes from the Quran perspective. We come from the Torah and the gospel perspective. So and you ask any Christian, they'll have arguments for it. So yeah, so that's I hope I answered your question, Project VO pod. Bro, listen, if please man, join us more. Join. Oh, Mark Smith said it's so love, man.
Strange way of showing love, my
Verse
guy.
from
But fair enough.
You see, this is what we do here, man. We bring people to a peaceful environment, not a fighting environment. I don't believe in that. And hopefully Hassan will become a Christian. Hassan, I mean it, bro.
Not that much. It's not that much of a solution,
Ah,
Not that
stop
much.
it,
Not
Hassan.
that.
You can't take the
I
dick.
got the final revelation. I got the complete. I got the complete module. Thank you. Thank you, but thank you, but no thank you. Thank you for the invitation, and I invite you to Islam.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Project VO Pod says I disagree. Yeah, please feel free to tell us why you disagree. And guys, listen, I don't want to hold you guys up. Obviously, he's asking directly at me what the situation is. So if you guys want to stay on, you can stay on. If you don't, you don't. I understand.
I need to sleep.
But yeah, go sleep, KD. But Project VO Pod, yeah, bro, go ahead, man. Tell me what you disagree about it. I'm happy to answer whatever questions you have. And then let's see what he says. I know Hassan definitely disagree with what do you call it? With the Trinity. I know Hassan definitely disagrees with it.
And Jesus being the Yeshu being some God.
Sorry, Jesus being what?
The Son of God.
The Son
In
of
the
God.
flesh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus is definitely the Son of God. Yes. Absolutely. Mark Smith goes, Islam believe in idols and it's the Kaaba. All right, okay. Project VO Pod, I disagree. I'm still waiting for the argument. Maybe he's typing it. Who knows? Maybe he's gonna come up with a great Trinity argument.
That'll be a good episode to check. I'll view it.
Do you know what? Project VO Pod, would you do an episode with me? Where we just address the Trinity and we just talk about the Trinity. Answer that question for me. What'd you guys think?
I'll watch it. Yeah, definitely. Considering it started here, I want to see how it ends.
Yeah, Hassan, but don't be hyping in the comments because you do that as well.
Should I not? My comments are respectful, I guess. But I'll take that into note.
Yo, you should have seen. Is it Sa Ali or I forgot his name.
Saj Ali.
Saj Ali, yeah. He was like, nah, Jesus ain't God. Jesus ain't. Whoa. Guy was just attacking me left, right, and center. Yo. So I kept saying to him, yo, bro, come join me. Let's have a debate, bro. Whatever topic you want, let's just have a debate on it. You know what I'm saying? But he did suggest that he wanted to have more religious arguments. Project VO Pod says, love the channel, but I have seen many debates about how Jesus is God. Can you give me an argument about how the Holy Spirit is God? And yes, I would love to have a conversation about the Trinity. Fantastic. Hold on a second. Let me just I need to send you my bro, can you send me an email? Like, can you just like type an email and we can book a date. Yeah, just give me your email and then I'll email you from us and then we'll book a date and we'll have that that conversation, because I think loads of Muslims will be interested as well, even atheists, pagans, you know what I'm saying, all of these weirdos, you know what I'm saying, like, sorry.
Would there be any conversations with Alex about the red pill?
Oh yes. Oh bro, listen. We're gonna go in on the red pill, bro. I'm trying to kill off the red pill philosophy forever.
Bro, they be wanting a haram, bro. They be wanting a haram. Like there's some sultan, bro. They want haram.
Is that the email? The solution podcast 11@gmail.com.
Hold on a second. Let me send. By the way,
I'll put it in the chat.
I consider myself uh myself a Christian. I am a Christian. Oh, my brother, I'm so happy for you, bro. I'm so happy for you, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised you question the Trinity, but we can get into that. And I've got amazing arguments. But obviously we've been talking for the last what? How long have we been going, guys?
It's
3 hours and 4 minutes. This is why I'm asking you.
Yes.
What's my email again?
it's in there. It's in there. I put it in the chat. The solution podcast 11 at gmail.com.
That says solution or solution podcast. How does
Solution. Sorry, solution pod. I'll put it in the chat anyway. I saw
I
it on
can't
there.
see it. I can't see it, bro. I can't see it.
Can you guys see in the chat?
And I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna leave you with something. Project VOP. Nah, I don't see nothing, bro.
Oh, it's gone now for some reason. But anyway, it was the solution podcast 11 at gmail.com.
Hold on a second. Solution podcast.
I could put it back in. I don't know why the chat.
Official, right? Official. I want to send them the right email. So, is it the solution or solution podcast? I think it's solution podcast. You know, sorry,
Definitely
guys.
that.
There's so many emails to remember. You know, I'm telling you, it's a nightmare. Podcast. Hold on a second. And I'm gonna give you an amazing argument. Project VOPD. Sorry, Project VO Pod. Sorry, I'm sorry, bro. Solution Podcast official. All right. Hold on, is that the correct one, Hassan?
On the website, on your YouTube thing, it says the solution podcast 11 at gmail.com.
Is it the Twitter?
No, the email.
The fact that he's a Christian, that's amazing. That's amazing, bro. That's amazing. Bro, you are in the right path. You are in the right path, brother. I'm telling you. Just hold on a second.
You're almost there. Islam's
Don't send You see the digs, yeah? You see Hassan.
Bro, I questioned it.
No, it's good, bro. Listen, anyone that doesn't question the Trinity, anyone that doesn't question the Bible is not a real Christian. They need to question the Bible. Yeah, Solution Podcast official. This is why I'm so cool with answering any question. Yeah, it is solutionpodcast@gmail.com. Yeah, Solution Podcast official at gmail.com. Yeah, bro. That's the email.
I just want to respond to Mark. Mark's making quite a few assumptions. He says Hassan wants 4 wives, except he doesn't want to commit to them. Hassan's a person. Yeah, Hassan's a person. If you want to talk to me, you know, we can you know, in the next one we can speak. You know, this 4 wives stuff is just some gimmick promoted by.
That would be amazing. You two having a back and forth.
Neon, bro.
That would be crazy. Look, bro, listen. Yeah, guys, listen. All of this. I want to create a community where we can have these discussions without, you know, no speakers corner nonsense. We talk and we respect each other. That's it. That's all I ask. We let each other speak and we respect what each other have to say. That's the only thing I ask. That's it. Yo, project VO pod. Have you got the email? Yeah,
I can see it in the chat. It's a solution podcast official at gmail.com.
Can you just let me know that you've got it? And then let me give you an argument for as well. Let me give you an argument for the not for Hassan wants 4 wives. No, Jake. Let me give you an argument.
I mean, most Islamic men, like, they don't really have 4 wives. Like, as far as I know, like, most of them don't really like exercise that option. It's only like the rich, wealthy Muslims.
Yeah, like even polygamy.
Most of them are monogamous.
And if we're gonna go by the scripture, it literally says marry. It says there, marry one.
Yeah,
if you're incapable of it. Yeah, if you're incapable of it. But that's a random verse, and not a random verse, but it's a particular verse. It's not good. It misrepresents the faith if you quote a certain verse or certain chapter without context, without even trying to study the book or the beliefs. Because I wouldn't just pick a verse out of the Bible and say this is the whole thing, and if it has this, it's that, so on.
Yeah,
Unfortunate. Yeah,
Myron wants 50.
he wants
Um,
50 wives.
Bro, he's not emperor, bro. Where you can have 50 wife. He doesn't rule like a region. He's not some like chief or something, bro.
well,
Too
most men
much.
can't even handle one, bro.
Yeah, true.
Let
Exactly.
alone
He
50.
has a he has a main goal, but he just his goal like allows him to just sleep around.
Yeah, and he's gonna leave all of them as soon
We're
as it
gonna go
comes
to
to marriage.
Sudan.
Hold on a second. Hold on
We're
a
gonna
second.
cross.
Yeah, Preview Pod. Yo, let me give you an argument. Yeah. Um, question. I've run into Trinity believers. They state people who don't believe in the Trinity are people who believe in a false version of God. Therefore, they are going to hell. Thoughts. Who's going to hell? Project
That's one
Viewpod.
thing.
Only God knows who goes to hell. No human being can ever say this person is going to hell. So that's the first thing. Now, if you don't believe in the Trinity, you're definitely not a Christian. Definitely not a Christian. Now, one of the arguments for the Trinity that I can give it to you right now, and I want you to answer this question for me. Why is it that in the Bible, God refers to himself as we? Why is it that in the Bible you see and the Spirit of God hovered across the earth? So the because the thing is when we mention the word we're talking about plurality, okay? But at the same time, God mentions the fact that God is one. O Israel, um, the Lord God is one. So we know that God is one. Now, but why is God refers himself to we? Right in the beginning of the book, it refers himself to we. So there's loads of evidence for the Trinity right from the very beginning. This is something that the Jews and the Muslims are against us with. You know what I'm saying? Hassan one day might kill me over this. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
We're all cool, man.
Okay, man.
Yeah.
Nah, Hassan is a good guy, man. He's a good Muslim, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a good guy, peaceful guy, you know what I'm saying?
Saj Ali's back. Well, okay.
Saj Ali. Saj Ali's been running from a debate. I mean, like, how many times has Saj Ali
Nice.
joined us, right? And
Bro's
I said,
running.
yo,
Bro's disappearing. He's like,
Saj,
peace.
let's have that debate. And I've sent the email consistently, and Saj still don't want the smoke. I don't know what's wrong with Saj, man.
Bro hiding in the bunker.
Yeah, why is he hiding in the back? I'm here every night. Not every night, not every night. Let me not lie. I'm here literally. I'm trying to do the best I can to be here every night, putting this work in. And guess what? Sad won't even have that debate with me. Like, what's going on? Solution Podcast official. Sad, I'm gonna send the email again. Yeah, guys, you guys are my witnesses, by the way. You guys are my witnesses. Yeah. After this, anytime he pops up, tell him he's running.
Bro's running faster than our Gaddafi was running to hide in the pipe, bro.
Look at them, they're all typing. These guys are hold on. Solution Podcast Official at gmail.com. I'm sending this through right now, Saj. Please write it down and send me an email so we can book a date, Saj. Yeah.
Oh,
Hold on. What's I say? Laughing my ass off. No running here. Honestly, my son hasn't been well. Sleepless night at the moment. Has COVID at the moment. Honestly, once it's out of the way, I'm up for it. Yo, my brother, speedy recovery, bro. You know what I mean? I wish nothing but you and your son the best. I completely understand that. And yes, you know what I mean? Let me know, bro. Let me know. As soon as everything is fine, please let me know. Please let me know.
read
Yeah.
the next one.
Project will be because Jesus, the Son, and the Father are the same in nature, but it's not proof that Jesus is God. And again, there's a very weak argument that the Holy Spirit is God. No, actually, there isn't. Hold on a second. And again, there's a but it's not proof that Jesus is God. Well, Jesus said he's God, so yeah, that's the only thing, bro. Like Jesus said he's God. He said it himself. And again, there's a very weak argument that the Holy Spirit is God. I don't know which is the weak argument. Like, I want to know the weak argument. Let me know which one is the weak argument, because
Sounds
Jesus.
like sounds like it's
I'll,
gonna be an interesting debate.
I'll give you a quick argument for why um one of the what you call it one of the arguments for why the Holy Spirit is God. Jesus says you can say anything like about like my name wise. You can say anything about me or the Father, and it will be forgiven you. But if you say anything against the Holy Spirit, it will not be forgiven you.
Bye.
You will not be forgiven if you say anything against the Holy Spirit. This is why, when people said, for Jesus Christ and all of that, that's called blasphemy in our religion, right?
Yeah, blasphemy.
And Jesus says,
That's
for
like saying
those
God.
things, yeah, for those things, you will be forgiven. But you say anything against the Holy Spirit, it will not be forgiven you. That's again, that should show. That should show. And the Holy Spirit is described as the Spirit of God hovering through. Does God have a spirit? If God is spirit, that's just some of the arguments. But bro, send me that email, bro. Send me that email so we can book it. You guys have the what do you call it? The email I've sent, guys. KD, the bro G1, Hassan. If I send this email um uh loads of times.
Yes.
So there's no argument, right? I'm not running from nothing, right?
No.
Sad
You're
Sandy
not
says
one.
I'll definitely reach out. I can't wait till you reach out, bro. I can't wait to reach out because I want to convert you into Christianity, my brother. You know what I mean? I'm working on Hassan right now. So I'm working on KD as well.
Sure,
KD, don't
surely.
hide, bro. Don't hide, KD. You know what I'm saying? But and I'm just I'm working on destroying the red pill philosophy once and for good. You know what I'm saying? Like, someone tell Myron to come and debate me, man.
Bro, Mario gonna have like a civil war in Sudan, bro. If he has like 50 kids plus.
uh, yeah, yeah. Myron,
You
Myron,
should call him the show. He
Myron's
has
gonna
a
have
corner
50
show on
wives.
Friday.
Yeah, he's gonna have 50 wives, and he's gonna get bored of all the 50 wives, and
And
then
then
he's gonna
100
want
kids.
yeah, and
100
100.
plus kids.
Yeah.
Civil war in Sudan.
Did you
But
see
Little Myron, bro.
him and Sneeko on Rumble? Like Sneeko was telling him like you should stop all that because like women are like hoes are like bad for your house. So he was just looking at him. He's like whatever.
yeah,
Sneeko, bro. Is another one. Sneeko, bro.
bro. Yo,
Hey,
sneakers a joke.
yo.
Yo,
Bro,
yo,
if he
hold on, hold
talks
on.
about like Samaritan or Judaism or Christianity, he's gonna get roasted.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, Myron's yo, Project VO Pod. Why don't you join us? Why don't you join us on the call right now? And guys, please, man, feel free. If any one of you guys, I know, man, it's late, man. I understand, bro. I understand. You know what I'm saying? Project VO Pod. Yo, join us, man. Just click the link. It's called the
KD,
Trinity. That's free, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Please give me an argument about the Holy Spirit, but I understand about the send the email. Looking forward to the conversation. Let me know you're talking Myron on Fresh and Fit. Obviously, Myron is a pagan. Mark Smith's been going in as well, saying laughing out loud. He's down for the debate, laughing out loud way about Mo. He had 13 wives. No way. What about Mo? How many wives did he have? Was it 13 or 14? Laughing out. He even took his son's wife. Wow. For us,
Let me just address Mark for a second. If
bro, Mark, yo,
Mark's going in. If we were to talk, because I think in the chat he said, what's it say? Definitely, my man. Whenever you're ready, Octavio, book the thing. Even if we were to talk, a lot of my answers to your questions would be I don't know, because I'm Muslim, yes, but I'm just an average Muslim. I'm not as knowledgeable about Islam as Octavio is about Christianity. Octavio's a guy to debate when it comes to religious knowledge. If he was Muslim, he would be a good representative. But I'm just a guy who knows Octavio, who likes talking to him. You know, if it's politics or something like this, or global events, or the Cold War, that's my thing. When it comes to Islam, I'm just a regular guy. So all these things you're firing at me, it won't lead to much of a discussion, to be honest with you. All due respect.
Would you say like Mohammed Hijab is a good representative?
He's a good debater, and he's his own person. When I say no, he's not a chef, so I wouldn't even say he's a representative to a certain extent. He's a guy who debates the Speaker's Corner, popular YouTube personality. He does good work promoting the faith, and he's a bit he loses his temper a lot now and again, but I wouldn't say
He's a bit aggressive.
I wouldn't say he's the best representative, but then again, I don't want to take anything away from him. He does. He's a very capable speaker.
Respect.
Okay, guys, hold on a second, guys. Yeah, Project VO Pod. Yes, bro. He says I need a crash, my friends. I hear that. I need one too, bro. I'm still going. I got work early, but I'm going to stay up listening as much as I can. And then you said for your information. Okay, for your information. Okay, I understand what you're saying now. Yeah, my brother. Listen, you've got the email. Please tell me that you've got the email. And please email me, bro, so we can have that great discussion. And hopefully I can answer I can answer the questions that you have properly. And hopefully I'll be able to convince you. If not, at least we had a great discussion. At least people could take something from it. So please let me know that you've got the email address. I sent it on the chat.
Got the email,
my brother. Yes, send it to me. Send me a message, bro, and we'll line that up. And yeah, bro, we're gonna have a great conversation, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. And Mark Smith hasn't stopped attacking Hassan and any Muslims out there. So listen,
Yeah.
I go through this. I'll be honest with you, Hassan. Yeah, Hassan is more knowledgeable when it comes to world situations, governments, and wars and all of that. This Hassan, that's Hassan's forte. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
but
my interest.
but the thing is, me personally, look, listen, I'll debate anyone and everyone because I'm all about creating that community, and I want that community to be the main thing. And yo, Project Vote Pod as well. If you need me to feature on yours, I'll be more than happy to do so. You know what I mean? So there's no egos here. We're here to basically just keep this message alive. This, being able to talk without being censored, without feeling pressure from the powers that be. Because we need these conversations in society right now. But yeah, guys, man, nothing but love. Yo, guys, anything you guys have to say? Come on, guys. Is there anything else you guys have to say?
Sneaker's little brother, his little brother. Sneaker's little bro. Neon, the bald guy with the glasses.
Yeah, Leon, yeah.
No, neon is not neon is a product of Western society, and he thought it would be funny to insult Islam by saying he's no longer Muslim. He one thing I am happy with the Muslims about is the fact that they held him accountable almost immediately. They let him know that that's not gonna go on, and he had to apologize for that quick. But this is what I'm trying to say. When you
there's a channel. His name is Eddie Rezovich.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Who said that? KD. KD, you said that, yeah.
Yeah. Because I actually respect Eddie Rezovich a lot. Like I used to hate him. I don't know why. And then
you're almost there, KD, man. You know all the top Muslims, man. Come through, man.
No, KD, don't do that. Don't listen to
Eddie was next. I think if Eddie was next to me, maybe I would have converted almost. I don't know because.
KD, why are you talking like that, KD? What's wrong with you?
The light is there, man. May Allah bless you. May Allah give you guidance.
Neon, he should have never done. He did that for clout to go viral. He knew that would have got a lot of attention, and some idiot, I'm sure, was in his ear and thought, you know what? And because he's a slave to his own followers,
Desires.
he literally
He
fell for
does
it, and he
anything they
decided,
tell him, bro. Bro calls
yeah,
himself an Indian, bro. You get roasted in India, bro.
exactly. So this is why if anyone came up to me and said to me, "Yo, oh, I'll give you any amount of money," yeah, if they said to me, "Listen, I'll give you whatever you want, money wise," all you have to do is just say, "I'm not a Christian no more. I'm a new man. I'm a new man, guys." No,
What?
I'm gonna say, "Yo, I
But
could."
but just out of curiosity, how much would it be? How much money? Would I'm sure the
That's a
Saudis
fair
can hook it up,
question.
man.
Let's say someone came up and said, "Listen, I will give you 50 million."
No, that's
51
not.
it is. All
No,
right.
no.
It's 51, guys. That's the number. 51 million. All right, cool.
I would literally say, listen, man, listen. Never, never. I would rather die before I say those words. And he actually went ahead and
Same,
said that's why I did a reaction to it. And it wasn't to support Islam. It was because I recognize wrong is wrong, right is right. And what he did was wrong. And the Muslim community did were absolutely right, holding him accountable for what he said. He should have never said that. And that's why he apologized after, but I didn't really buy his apology. He should have done that in the first
bro.
place.
He had no honor. He has no honor, bro. Like the hospitality that Afghans share, bro. If he did that to like an Afghan, bro, and like roasted their tribe, he's getting slapped by multiple, bro.
This
I'm
guy-
sorry, he's getting slapped, bro.
yeah, no, we're not
Like
out
a
here
berber.
promoting violence.
I'm not
but
promoting violence, but I'm saying that like they would put him
bro,
they would talk to him face to face and tell him to behave, otherwise the
bro, chill,
consequences by
chill,
neighbor,
bro. Yo, Asad says, Octavio, do you Hassan KD know each other on a personal
especially when he
level?
leaves.
Hold on. Thought I'd check, or just via the podcast got to know each other. I know Hassan on a personal level before I even started the podcast.
Yeah.
And what do you call it? I know KD. KD came on live, and the Bra OG1 through the podcast. KD is one of our, not one of our, he's the first. He's been there since day dot. You know what I mean? Showing us love. The Bra OG1 came right after that, showing us loads of love. You know what I'm saying? And they've been consistent. They definitely the originals. But I met them through the podcast. But Hassan, I do know him on a personal level. You know what I'm saying? Great guy. I can vouch for him
Appreciate it. Likewise. Great guy as well.
all day. But yeah, guys, listen, I'm gonna end it here. Um, Sajali, you've got my email. What do you call it? Project VO Pod. Bro, please holler at me. Let's have that discussion. And I want to thank Hassan. I want to thank KD, the Bra OG1. This has been one of the greatest podcasts. Definitely enjoyed it fully. And I reckon that anyone who listens to this podcast is going to love it. There's so much amazing information.
Yeah,
Uh
and I think this if you don't mind me saying, this
yeah,
sort
go
of
ahead.
semi-informal, not so structured, like how can I setup that we got is really nice because it's like you can jump in and you can talk. We're not just talking about nothing. We have a geared. This midnight coffee is geared, but you can come in if you want to bring up a topic. And because who knew at the beginning of this podcast, by the end you'd have a, was it a Project VOD set up for the next debate or discussion. KD, talking by himself and being an interesting guest along with the OG1 as well. So this sort of semi-formal, semi-structured method is really cool. Is really nice. So please
And
come
guys,
in next time.
this was Hassan's idea, by the way, yeah, to do this. And it only happens at midnight. It can only happen at midnight. But yeah, whoever's awake, whoever's up for it, we're always here. You know what I mean? And I think it was amazing. Hassan had an amazing idea, and I'm actually enjoying it. And we don't have to be on live. We can just talk. It's just a conversation, and that's it. And it's supposed to be light. It's supposed to be just enjoying ourselves. You know what I mean? Having these semi informal conversations. But yeah, KD, the bro, do you want anything you guys want to say, bro?
I just prayed
No.
for Neon. And I just prayed for the guy.
me, me too. Katie, Katie's asleep.
No, no, it's an amazing conversation though. No, it was just a great conversation. I'm thankful like you have this channel, like because these types of conversation, like we really need it in society. If we didn't, then there's no point of just even living, is there? Because
And,
people
and-
want to shut down everything these days, like
exactly,
like
exactly.
emotions over logic, and we're men and we need to talk like real men. Like it doesn't matter if anyone's insulting us or anything. We should always speak as real men.
Exactly. And
Yes,
guess
bro.
what, guys? We're growing. The channel is growing. We're about to reach 800 subscribers. So keep promoting, keep pushing this out there because we need this message. You know what I mean? And we're building a community over here, and everyone's voice is valid, and we're here to hear everyone out. You know what I mean? Hassan will soon convert to Christianity, so watch out for that. But anyways, guys, listen. Take care. We could talk forever, but I'll see you guys next time. Please don't be afraid to join in and be a part of this conversation, guys. Yeah, nothing but love to everyone. Yeah, love
Take
to
it easy,
Mark,
guys.
love to Hassan, love to everyone. Sajali, love to what I mean. What's his name? Project VO Pod. Love to all of you guys. Yeah, you take care, guys. Yeah, good night.
Right, guys.
Yes.